I'm live. Hi, everybody. I know it's going to take about 20 seconds. So if you're around, please let me know. And then I'm just on to do some readings tonight. Hi, Ellie. So, Friday night. It's the only chance. Hi, Paul. It's the only chance I'm going to get this weekend to pop on and do some readings because I've got. Hi, everybody. Hi. Yeah, it's the only chance I've got this weekend. I might shut that door in a second. So, yeah. Hi, Doug. Yeah, so I just thought I'd pop on tonight because tomorrow we have stuff on. Hi, Joe. Beautiful Joe. Yeah, I've got some stuff on, and then I always have Sunday clear for family time, plus it is Father's Day. So we've got to sort some stuff out and do things for Terry on Sunday, and then I'm teaching tarot class on Sunday night. So, yeah, it's all fun. So if you'd like a reading tonight, I have 4 decks I'm going to play with tonight. I have Wisdom of the Depths, which is sort of a C one. I have the Orion's Tarot. We have Lux, Tarot Deluxe. No, Umbra, Lux X Umbra. And we have my lovely favourite, one of my favourites, Kitty Rainbow ones. So if you'd like a reading, just comment, just say, yes, please, I'd love a reading. And if you want it on a specific thing, let me know. If anybody does donate tonight, please let me know. I'm not really keeping track of the PayPals as I go along, but if you do donate, obviously I try and prioritize the ones who have donated. So, yeah, but you don't have to. So anyway, let's see. Where should we go? Where should we go? Let's see. And also, I've managed to get my review section working on my page again. So if you've ever had a reading with me or you have a reading with me and you'd like to leave some feedback, please do that on my review page. So let's see. Let's go with Doug Murray. Can I please have a card? There we go. I will put up the comment. Is it my time to go on my own? I've just realized I haven't put my little banner across the bottom. Bear with me. It's just so anybody, I don't have to explain how to book a reading. So, Doug Murray, let's see. Is it time to go on my own? Is it time for Doug to go on his own? That feels like we need that one. I love this with its black edges. Okay. Okay. So we have the 3 of Cups. So that is sharing cups one into the other. However, I am seeing that that is a cup pouring one into the other. So it's pouring one down, down, down. So I don't know if you're feeling like you're the cup that isn't getting poured into at the top. We also have this gorgeous Justice card, which looks like a galaxy as well as an eye, almost like a dragon eye. And we have Valet de Queue, Poisson. So we have the Knight of Cups as well. Is it time for you to move on? Potentially. I mean, you have to look at whether you are getting fair and equal exchange within the dynamic. And with the Justice card there, it's kind of like you have all the information and you have to take facts are facts. When I get Justice card, that's what comes through for me. Facts are facts. You have to look at proven behavior, what someone has said against what they have done, because their behavior may say something completely different to what they actually do. So again, you need to make that decision because by the look of it, you're looking where you are wanting to honestly and genuinely invest your emotions and time and effort and energies and spiritually as well as emotionally maybe. So this would suggest to me that If you feel it's time to move forward and offer your cup somewhere else, then that is entirely up to you. But what it's telling me is you have to weigh up all the information and you have to look at the facts. And although this is heavily an emotional reading with the 2 cup sides either side of that justice card is by kind of its definition taking the emotion out of it. So it's almost asking you to look at what exactly is the situation, warts and all. How do you feel about it is one of the considerations, but what you need to be considering is not what you hope something will be, not what you believe something will be, it's what it actually is right now, and make a decision one way or the other with that, in that direction. Hi, everybody. So again, only you can do that, but this would suggest that logic and facts will help you to navigate. Your heart and emotions should follow where it goes, but the priority is to look at evidence, proven evidence that is tangible and measurable, not what somebody says they will do, because I don't know if without water being around, somebody is emotionally playing you to a certain extent with regards to what they're promising or not promising. I hope that helps. Hi, Sally. I haven't seen you for a little while. It's good to see you. I hope that helps, Doug. Claire Jones, I will absolutely have a look at that for you. How soon will you get your dream? Shall we see? How soon will Claire get her dream? Dream, yes. Working hard at the... Are you working hard at the dream? Are you manifesting instead of wishing? I would say as long as you are working towards it and you're not just wishing, you're actually manifesting and taking the steps that are required to get there, then with the hard work and the effort and the keep driving, you should see a way for you to fully grasp it. I don't know if you see that it's not there for you just yet, but it may be apparent to you or coming up for apparent to you to grab it within a year. It would say a year's time for me. And it'll be right when you think it's not going to happen. So you have to keep faith that it's going to happen. But the cards here would suggest that it is a year. In about 4 months' time, there will be an opportunity for you to take a something come in. There's an opportunity that will come in that you should seriously consider. But again, it's up to you whether you take it or not. But there is something that comes up in about 4 months' time that you should consider. So what's that? October kind of time, which makes sense with that other October, November kind of time, there'll be an offer coming in to consider. And that'll bring you some sort of spiritual or emotional kind of added ingredient that will help that. Hopefully that is of some use to you, Claire. Okay. Let's see. Oh, who is that? Who is that? Guys, feel free to keep commenting so I know you're nearby and you're wanting it. How do you manifest? The best way, the best resource I can suggest for anybody to look into is to read The Secret. There's a book called The Secret as well. It's by Roz, someone. But basically, it's how we align ourselves, but we have to also work towards what our dream is as well. It's kind of like the universe meeting our energy, but knowing it's like a cosmic ordering service, basically. A bit like spiritual Amazon. You still have to put the effort to put the order in, and you still have to make the payment towards like it turning up, but it should turn up, even if it's slightly delayed. Okay, Sammy Joe Davies. Will things start moving soon for you? Let's see. There's something about Lyme Regis coming up for you, Sammy Joe, just so you're aware. I don't know what that is. Um, I don't know if it's a film. It's like Tracy, it's like a Netflix mini documentary thing. And they sit there and they talk about how people have manifested and done these things. They have the key, the secret to bringing things into being. Sammy Joe, for you, things start moving. You have, again, I think you might have given up the hope potentially that anything is coming for you. I quite like this. This is what made me think of Lyme Regis. It's like that thingy Anning who did found all the fossils at Lyme Regis. That was kind of the energy I got of that, finding treasures. Um, but the Four of Cups, if you look, she's kind of there going a bit meh rather than excited, and the energy's a bit stagnant. But behind her is this amazing energetic dolphin with this thing on offer that she's not necessarily seeing because she's not looking around to see it. So I don't know if you are kind of in that energy of stuckness, stillness. There's the moon, the full moon energy might have got you where things of overwhelming, huge things have come to the surface for you to have to consider this week with our full moon. What day was that? Tuesday was the full moon, and we're still kind of just in that full moon energy. So it could be that you've had this kind of stuck energy, things coming up to work through, old triggers coming up. What I'm seeing for you with things moving is about changing the energy, choosing to change the energy. Yes, all she can see is those 3 cups. So why not just work on those 3 cups? Which is literally the card that came after it with these 3 mermaids on. And this is my going out with the girls card. Oh, you're not supposed to be able to do that. Oh, there's 2 at once. Wow. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to block the scammers. Please don't engage with anybody that is asking you to inbox them or friend request them for readings, because they will just scam you and harangue you and harass you until you give them money. And then you'll give them money and they will keep going. I had people on the page that were harassed and harangued. And they actually had the cheek that time to pretend they were me, a fake profile of me. By the way, if you get a friend request from Magpie Moonchild, I can't send you friend requests on my page. That is actually a scammer. I can't send you a friend request. So please don't engage with anybody. And I will never inbox you. If you inbox me first, I will answer your message eventually. I'm really bad at answering messages. I do it like every other day or so. But if you want to message me, I will absolutely message you back, but I will never inbox you, and I will never comment on a post to inbox me either. Sorry, Sammy Joe. So we have the 3 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups is, I call it going out with the girls. It's basically having some fun, celebrating all the good in your life, celebrating all the fun things, making sure that you are allowing yourself aspects of joy, and that almost gets the energy to moving again, because you've vibrating that little bit higher. You're attracting more higher resonance. And I'm not saying you have to be over the world happy. That's not what I mean. But you're kind of, starts moving the energy quicker, has higher vibrational energy, and so things start moving, and then there will be options, and more than one. You have more than one option. But within 3 to 7 months, you'll be able to have made your choice, made your decision, made everything, be in a place where you have more options, if that makes sense. It's about changing it up. It's about focusing on fun things, bringing more new, exciting energy into your life in some way. And that can be, I don't know, taking a dance class, going out with your friends, Socializing with others seems to be coming through as a strong thing for you. So I don't know if you've been disconnected. Um, and it kind of gives um, more because you're attracting more things towards you, more offerings come your way. Let's put it that way. But you need to take your time with those offerings because some aren't as good as they seem and some are better than they look. But yeah, within 3 to 7 months, you will have many more options than you have right at the moment. Let's see if I can get a more firm thing on timing. Well, that's helpful, isn't it? It will happen when it comes in. It will happen when it happens. But it will move in quickly. With a wheel needs momentum to turn it, to bring things in. And I don't know if you're looking at actually moving house. You have the sun when I said that. So it should be pretty smooth that it moves, but 3 to 7 months it will be. Moving along. Yeah, you have choices. You have a choice. It's an important choice. It's a big choice. So take your time with it. You don't have to be rushed. And there would be something that, I don't know if you will consider something that is one thing that you're looking for, and then there will be another one that is something else you're looking for. But if you take your time and you look around and you research, you will find the one that meets somewhere in the middle. You don't have to compromise, or you can compromise, but you don't have to settle for something that isn't quite going to fit the bill. You can absolutely look around. You have more than one choice of things to take up as an offer. And there may be something that looks perfect, but when you look deeper into it, it's not as good as it seems. And I feel like that's aesthetic. It'll look pretty, but when you actually look at it, it'll have like the wallpaper will be really nice, but the wallpaper's peeling or something, and there'll be something. Just if you take your time and look again, go back for a second viewing, you'll start to see like the cracks at the top of the walls where the plaster's set up, but nobody's ever bothered to put the things in, like to line it and put it all back tidy, and just little bits and bobs, which yeah, you can tidy up, but yeah, something. Your ideal house is there. There will be at least 3 options for you, house-wise for you. I hope that helps, Claire. Okay. Okay. Paul Seraphin. Let's see what we've got for you. Let's go with Orion's for you. Okay, Paul. Okay. Let's do it that way. Paul, for you, we have you are so welcome, Sammy Joe. I hope it looks like it'll all go smoothly, but I hope that it does all go smoothly. Knight of Cups for you, which is looking at it's dreamy kind of energy. It's that romantic, idealistic, boho kind of energy, creative through like a cathartic process of emotional art, or it does feel very creative and expressing yourself. It feels very dreamy to be in here, kind of really nice, committed but low commitment kind of energy to anything that gets everything moving. Or you've been in that energy and now looking at how you can use is this psychic? Is it psychic abilities? Is that what they're showing me? It's definitely work within your work. If there's artwork involved, there is energy within it and coding within it. There's messages, there's power within what you're creating. And the card in the middle that you have is judgment. It's funny because there was a fly yesterday or the day before that I shared on the page that looked like stained glass windows, and it looked a bit like this. But the judgment card is our evolution. And I don't know if you can see it, but there is this little one at the front that I think it's eating. I'm not entirely sure. But maybe it didn't want to eat its little friend. Maybe it had to. Oh, you'd love to be a psychic? Well, maybe it's time to start investing in that and looking. Anyone can be psychic. Everyone's psychic. It's just how you develop it. We all have the innate ability. It is an art form. Let's put it that way. Some people naturally do pick it up, bang, off they run with it. Like any artist, there's degrees of accuracy. There's degrees of how polished and finished and honed they are. But anyone can develop psychic skills and abilities. Anyone can read tarot cards, for example. So with that, there is this judgment card. There is this energy of making different decisions, making different choices, even slight changes. Because if something's not working for you and you feel like you're going round and round and round and round and round in circles, then you even a tiny change kind of has a butterfly effect, for want of a really bad analogy, attached to bugs and beetles and flying insects. But there is this butterfly effect. The tiniest change can make everything ripple out. And I don't know if part of that is having to sacrifice something. Oh, thank you, Sally. Yeah, it's sacrifice something in order for you to step through to a new phase. So um, often the thing that stops us moving through and completing our life lesson, for want of a better description, is fear. Fear that we're not good enough, fear that it'll be harder than it is right now, fear of getting hurt, fear of all these wonderful things. And often the fear of doing the thing is never as big as actually doing the thing, as bad as actually doing the thing. So most of the time for me, when the judgment card comes up, it's we're ready to step through a threshold, we're ready to move forward and into this new phase, this new evolved version of ourselves. But what holds us back is this fear of what's on the other side. But in order to grow, you have to get out of your comfort zone. So it could be you looking to commit to something that is going to develop you spiritually, or is going to evolve you emotionally, or have some form of emotional or spiritual growth. I mean, the two could be tied together, and it's having the boldness to do that. Now, I don't know, because we've got the Seven of Wands after that, and the Seven of Wands is an energy of needing to protect your position. Like you're happy with where you are, and it's taken a lot of work and effort to get to where you are, and then having to defend yourself. So I don't know if part of what holds you back is what other people think of you doing it. You worry about people's comments, having to defend yourself. I don't know if you come from a background where people would say it's evil. Which again, there's also that internal wrangling that maybe you'd have been doing anyway, depending on your background, and you're like, I've just got to a place where I'm okay with it, and I don't worry if people will think that it's not okay. But I think if you're not ready to tell people about it, you just want to kind of go and dip your toe in it, have a look into it, get some guidance, do some research into how to develop psychically, then as long as you're taking precautions and you're cleansing and you're grounding and protecting your energy while you're doing it, as long as you're energetically protecting yourself, and you have that barrier to stop anything of the more negative natures coming through and working with you, then it's if you're feeling the call, I feel like there's been a call. It's like an inner calling kind of, whether that's your purpose or what, I don't know, but it's definitely felt like a call for you. And maybe it's because this judgment card is coming up, it's time to kind of do that. And if you dip your toe into it and you don't like it and it's not what you thought it would be and it's not for you, then you don't have to defend yourself against anything anyway. You had a look and you found out. However, I do think it is worth you doing that. And yes, sometimes there are people that are judgmental. And yes, there are people that you think would be very against it, that are very open to the idea. I had a friend that messaged me who said, who religiously didn't know how it sat with them, but they wanted to know a few things about what was going on in their life. And I explained it all to them, and said, it's up to you. If you ever want me to do it, I am more than happy to do that for you. But again, a lot of the religious connotations, and I think I covered this in my 101 little on, I might do that class again soon, the 101 free course on here, because Tarot 101, that is, because historically, even the Vatican had changelings and astrologers and seers, and you had the old medieval court. So Elizabeth I had John Dee, who was an astrologer, who would tell her the right times to go to battle. I think it was because of his timings and everything that we sort of navigated the Armada. I know obviously it was Drake. I live in Plymouth. I know the story about Drake and the tide changing and him playing bowls on the Hoe. I go to the Hoe every day, however, nearly every day. So I know about Drake, but astrologically speaking, Elizabeth I was guided by that when it came to her Mary Queen of Scots as well. She consulted the astrologers how to navigate that path, both of their astrological charts to navigate that. And Catherine de Medici in the French court, she had Nostradamus as one of her consultants. So these people, I mean, you had Joan of Arc, who led armies for France as well, a 16-year-old girl leading the army, because she had visions, holy visions. But the minute she became a problem for someone, the minute she wasn't useful, the minute somebody was losing, they handed her over to the other side and they burned her for heresy and witchcraft and for dressing as a man. So the difference, what makes it good or evil, is really who your patronage is, who's protecting you, who are you useful to, does somebody with power have the energy to protect you and proclaim you holy? So it's really how you justify that to yourself. Of its nature, it is a natural thing that happens, and nature by its very definition is positive, neutral and everything in between. So it's really kind of how you react and respond and feel about it on a personal level. And like I say, you don't have to show that to the whole world, but you kind of have to be okay with that within yourselves. So if you feel that you want to go and have a look into that, go and have, it would suggest that you have seriously thought about it and you're feeling the call. So yeah, I went off on a bit of a tangent down there about mystical, magical people in history. However, if that's something that you feel you want to go and learn, you should absolutely go and learn if you want to, and start looking into how you can develop that. Whether that's finding a teacher, finding a good resource. Yeah, hopefully that is some use to you, Paul. But it looks like you might get yourself to a position where you want to do that. So, I mean, obviously, if you want to learn tarot in September time, I'm looking at dates at the moment. If you want to learn tarot in September time, come and do my tarot course. I'm going to give everybody a bit more notice on that this time, because I know it's coming into September, so people, if it's that, people might want to spread payments out or whatever, because I know September's a weird time. You are so welcome, Paul. It's very humid here today. Do you know what? It's not been stupidly hot, but it's been hot enough today. And now it's humid. So if you would like a reading, just comment and let me know. I love history, and it's only ever written by the winners. You've got to remember that as well. It's only ever been written by the winners. The losers were either on the battlefield dead or silenced in some way. So history is only ever written by the winners. So the ones with power. Hence history being pretty much a whitewash in some ways. But let's see. We're in June. I know, but some people like to have a bit of time. Okay. Ruksar Sheikh. Is that Ruksar? I really hope I've pronounced that right. Let's see what we have for you. I've gone for my little playful heart tarot for you. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. She looks like Oprah, like you get a car, you get a car. And it is a bit like that. It's being abundant and in a position where you can share things and materially abundant. You have this extra card from here, which is you are free. I don't know if you have recently become single and see the Magician. But even if you haven't become single, this feels like you've got the 7 of Wands as well. I feel like this is people wanting to do what they want to do and having to defend themselves on it because, like I said, we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is although it's Oprah on this one, it's actually what I call my Beyonce card, single ladies card. If you like it, then you should put a ring on it. Basically, it's knowing your worth and your value. You've never had a relationship, then you really are free in that way. So with the 9 of Pentacles, it's knowing that you are wholly satisfied and complete and can sustain yourself materially, in relative comfort, possible luxury, all on your own. And then obviously you have the you are free card, which is you are free then because you're in this position of abundance, having the finances, having no major commitments in that way, no major outgoings that are going to run you to a deficit or to a place where you're living paycheck to paycheck necessarily. You kind of have this freedom to kind of go and do what it is you want. Struggling with education. Okay. The final card that you have in here is the Magician. And the Magician is a reminder that you have all the elements that you need right now to build a future that you want. You already have all the parts. It's about putting the parts together in a way that is right for you. So if you are struggling with education, do you need to bring in some form of support to help you navigate that? If you have any neurodivergent or learning constrictive kind of conditions, whether that's like ADHD um, or autism or dyslexia, dyspraxia, all these things, then it's making sure that you bring in the tools that are needed to support you so that you can be working at your optimum. You can be working in the most productive way for you. And with it being the Magician, these things are kind of all around. You can bring them into your life. You can attract them into your life either by asking or researching. But with that being the Magician and you're building towards the life that you want, and with that 9 of Pentacles, you have the resources or at least access to the materials that you would need to bring in anything surplus that you would need, then you absolutely can achieve anything you want to. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some effort. The Magician doesn't happen by magic, so to speak. You have to, with the Magician, work. It's going to take a couple of stumbling blocks where the mix isn't quite right, the blend isn't quite there, you haven't quite got enough support, or you don't quite understand something. So you have to go back and read it again, make sure you understand and go for it again. Asking the questions that you need to, asking those with experience of doing what you're doing to guide you, to teach you, and not being afraid to look weak so that you can absolutely, because how do you learn unless you make mistakes? We only learn when we make mistakes. So if you see a mistake, it's just because you haven't got it down, not because you're never going to get it. It's never going to understand it. You do have the 7 of Wands here. I said about the teacher, and then there's the Hierophant, teacher. So I don't know if you are feeling that there is an element of having to defend your position. I don't know if someone keeps asking you, are you doing enough work? You know, why aren't you getting such and such? Why aren't you, I don't know, something ridiculous like, why aren't you getting 100%? What is it that's holding you back? And you're having to defend your position. Like, you're trying as hard as you can, and no one can ask you of any more than that. And yet people seem to be asking more and more and more of you than you have, or than they perceive you should be giving them. Um, and I don't think you should be looking to them as a barometer of how well you're doing. You should be consulting with your teacher or your guide or your professor or whoever is teaching you. They are the ones that understand the subject, and they are the ones that understand how well you're doing or not doing, not somebody's perception of how much work you should be doing or how many hours. Because if you are working, coming home from educational setting where your brain has already had to take in all this information, and you burn it out for 4 or 5 hours again at night, reading and revising and doing all these things, your brain is actually going to reach burnout. And so you have to make sure that there is rest, that there is recreation. It can't just be work, work, work all the time. Absolutely. I don't think that you are in any way doing less work than you should be. It's like you're doing 90% of what they believe you should be, and that's wrong. You're working solidly hard. You even have knowledge to spare. If you're in the Nine of Pentacles and this is to do with your education, you are going to do relatively well, because you're going to more than pass. Let's put it that way. More than pass, get what you need to pass. Because for you to just pass, or just about pass, it would be the 7 or 8 of Pentacles, but you're in the 9, which means you're doing really well already, and you still have that extra pentacle that you can graft away and get. So there is still room for growth, but you're doing incredibly already. So I feel like people just need to back off. The more pressure they put on you, the less you're going to be, the more pressure you're going to be, and the less effective you are. And I think people forget sometimes that the more pressure we put on students, on kids, on anybody, the more pressure you put on them, the less effective they are. If you're not enjoying, sorry, I have another scammer. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then um, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then you're not going to retain anything anywhere near as much. Sometimes you need to have fun, or at least enjoy it, and have this low pressure environment so that more goes in. Um, Especially if you have ADHD, your brain is literally wired for joy. It has to make you happy, otherwise it does not stick. Or it's so much harder to get it to stick. Let's put it that way. So with this, you're doing incredibly well already. Some people need to back off and let you be. You've already worked so hard and got yourself to an incredible position. And I would, if you're concerned about how you're working or what your thresholds are, or if you have any concerns, then absolutely go and talk to your teacher, um, or your tutor, whoever's your educator is, and say, are there any concerns, or is there anywhere I can improve? But I would only say that they're the expert, right? They're the ones that actually understand the situation. So if it's coming from anywhere else, I really wouldn't respect them. I'm not saying disrespect them, and appreciate their position, but I don't know if maybe you need to speak up and just say, hey, I'm trying as hard as I can. Can you just back off a little bit? But you're doing incredible. You're doing incredible. And I don't know if you're thinking of traveling somewhere, but you are more than capable. More than capable. And if you are struggling with with stress and anxiety and pressure, by all means reach out and see if there is some sort of emotional support or mental health support that you can get along the way, because they will not want you to get to crisis point. So if there is an opportunity for you to get a counselor to talk about the stress, absolutely feel free to reach out to a professional that can help you navigate those feelings as well. I hope that's helpful, Ruksar. Sorry. I'm really bad at pronouncing names, so I'm really sorry. I always feel like silly. There you go. Sally's a therapist. Hopefully that's helpful. You're doing great already. You are enough already. So, Let's see. I thought I saw something. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. You have really great energy as well. Okay, let's see. Okay, Lauren Jackson with your hearts. Lauren Jackson, you can have the wisdom of the depths. We're going to go mermaids with you. Mermaidy. Mermaidy. Let's see. Whoop, that one wants to go. Okay, Lauren. That looks like, is that female or male? I don't think it really matters actually. There is this energy of with the Four of Wands. First of all, if you're looking at going to a festival, you're going to have an amazing time there, but it provides temporary stability in some project that you're trying to move along. That can be a relationship. Obviously, relationships are driven by passion. Projects, house moves. Let's see. Okay. There is some form, something that you potentially want to make happen. I don't have a list, Stephanie. I just go to where I'm called. But if you're around long enough, maybe. That's not that I'm, it depends. If I feel called to read for people, I just go where I'm called while I'm on the live. Thank you, Gemma. I'll get to you next. So yeah, Lauren, with you, there's a project, travel, journey. There's something that you're passionate and driven about that you want to bring into being or make happen. This may or may not involve another person. It feels like it's either a partner or a friend, but they have very feminine energy. So I don't know. They feel semi-romantic, but it's definite love, deep love between you and another person potentially. And you have this Page of Cups here, which is the daydreamy, beautiful, daydreamy, curious. My card in the court cards is the Page of Cups. So it is that spiritually curious, romantically curious emotions, but sometimes they don't really, although they're in the water and they're in these dreamies, it's about really grounding that energy down, grounding the emotions down a little bit. You can be so in the emotions. It's very Cancerian kind of energy, really. So in the emotions that it can almost overwhelm you or be everything. And what you have after that is the Four of Pentacles. I love this with the And the Four of Pentacles is about material constrictions and not having the resources that perhaps you want to move forward with something. So again, having that energy of wanting to do something but not having the resources to do it. So it could be wanting to, I don't know, start a business at home and then not having enough space in the house to do it, or wanting to start a business but not having the money to buy the stock. It's that kind of wanting to do something to your home and not having the money to decorate it or build onto it. So it's something within that situation where there's something you want to do but you don't have the material resources for it. And if you look, that's an octopus. That is an octopus there. And octopuses suck onto what they want and they will hang on. And you're a Cancerian, you just said that, right? People call us clingy. I call us tenacious. Okay. We hang on to something for dear life because it matters to us. Like we feel everything. And so we feel we need it. Like we need that. We know, we understand how our intuitive powers is, and we hang on to them and we cling on and we sucker onto them because that's what we want. And yeah, we get called crybaby, clingy people, but I call us emotionally powered, tenacious beings because crabs hang on, they cling on, and they will hold on to it until they get what they want. So if you're determined enough and you can hang on, it will. Don't lose sight of that dream. Don't lose hope of that dream. Hold on to that dream. Yes, the material resources for that aren't there right now, but they will be. Also, you have the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is about changing our perception of what the situation is, or looking at things from a different point of view. It is also the Martyr card, so it may mean sacrificing something in order to gain wisdom or in order to achieve an end result. And it can also mean that you've been sat on your butt for a reason by the universe. The universe has put you on your butt, not you've been sat on your butt like a lazy person. The universe has sat you on your butt for a reason, and maybe it's made you be lazy, like healing from something physical. You may not have had the physical energy with that Four of Pentacles, or your body doesn't feel up to doing something with that as well. So it's about looking at different ways of working. Is there another way? Is there and using that creative energy of the Page of Cups, seeing things. If you can dream them up, these things, then that means you can find creative solutions and other ways of working the situation to a way that you want, that you can make it happen. It doesn't have to be the black and white, do this and then this and then this. There's another, there are other ways to do it. So it can be, if you want to get a business off, maybe you go to work for a while and you put a little bit aside to build up things in the business, and you do the side hustle with the business, and eventually the business builds up to the point that you can't do both, and so you have to go with the business because it's built up to a place where it can sustain your income and support you. So I don't know if there is something that you just need to um, not give up on. Just try and get creative with ways that you can make it happen, with how things are or how you see things could be coming in for you. With it being the Four of Wands, the next in that suit is the Five of Wands, which is these obstacles that would, again, need creative solutions to get over. So with that Four of Pentacles there as well, if you're looking at budgeting for something, make sure you have a buffer, because the Four of Pentacles would suggest that you need to hold on to your money in some way. And then we're coming again into the Five, where there is this lack of resources, complete material constriction. And so, oh my God, how many scammers is that now? Okay. Sorry. It's Lauren that I'm reading for. Sorry, it's another scammer. They seem to like me. I don't know why. They either come all at once or not at all. It's very bizarre. Um, so yeah, it's about making sure you have a buffer, energetic buffer, whether that's finances, actual physical material within the house, resources, energetic, physical, who you are within yourself, resources, support around you. Make sure you have all of that with a buffer. That it may take more time than you expect. It may take more money than you expect. It may take more effort than you initially thought it would be, but it is absolutely achievable. Don't lose hope on that dream. It may not be right now, and it may be that you're being put on hold with that dream for the moment, but sometimes we're being put on hold because there's some other element that we need to know in order to get to the end goal, whether that's a fresh perspective, fresh information, or maybe there needs to be some form of sacrifice that you're not aware of just yet, that would mean that you have to have a faith kind of thing to it, but the timing right now isn't right now for this. But don't lose that dream. That's a Page of Cups, not a Knight of Cups. The Knight is when it's time to go. Right now, it's about doing the research and getting everything kind of ready for that to go in the direction that you want to. I hope that's helpful. Lauren, I hope that helps. Gemma. Gemma. There you are. Gemma. Let's go for these Lux X Umbra cards. These feel big. These are rose petally. They have lovely astrological stuff on the back. The only thing I don't like is my hands aren't even greasy, and they do leave marks on them. That's the only thing I would say about them. Other than that, they are really cool. Okay. Gemma. Okay. Okay. Gemma, for you, again, we just spoke about the 5 of... Hi. Okay. So for you, Gemma, I've got the 5 of Pentacles. We just said about the 5 of Pentacles having some form of 3D physical world constriction on you at the moment, whether that's physically, financially, housing wise. Something needs doing and you haven't got the resources to repair it, or not having the energy to do that. Feels like an energy lull. And my teeth feel weird in my head. What is that? What you do have, though, is you have the King of Pentacles in your, as you come in, and it brings with it the ability to know how to manage energy. Manage energy. You got a hole in your roof. Oh my God. Manage energy and resources. You know how to make things manifest in this world. You know how to organize people. You know who to ask to get what done. All these wonderful energies. I had to check what card this was because I was like, that doesn't make sense. Lamat, because I don't do Tarot de Marseille very often, especially when it's in French, which I know makes sense, right? Marseille is in France, but it's in French. And this doesn't have a number on it, and that confused me. I was like, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it is the Fool card. And the Fool card, it's lightening things up. It's saying, absolutely, I can commit to that because I know I can make it happen. It may take longer than I need. It may take more effort than I want it to. It may take... be more painful than I thought it would be, and yet more ecstatic as well along the journey. It may be more up and down than I thought it could possibly be, but it should, you do have the ability to navigate that and bring in what you need, bring in the people you need. And with that being a king doesn't always directly do things. He doesn't always sit there on the battlefield fighting. He doesn't always, he's not in the field planting. He asks people to do things and then they come and do them. So it may be that you need to outsource things. I love that, Sally. That's beautiful. It's asking things, asking people. You had as a separate thing that came out, not those 3 cards, there's the 3 of Swords in this one. This light doesn't like this deck. 3 of Swords. And then you have the 4 of Swords. And the 4 of Swords, I mean, the 3 of Swords, I mean, we all know that that's grief and heartbreak. It's one of the cards most people know because they're like, I don't want the 3 of Swords. It's heartbreak and grief and pain. And absolutely, that may be it, that there is all this healing to do, this heartbreak and healing to do. He's coming to paint the furniture. I love that you're getting him to do things. Plus, you can watch him and he'll be all speckled and sweaty with grafting on furniture. Yum. And then you have the 4 of Swords with that circle there. So I'm going to share it on the page because I found something today about Teal Swan, about how we all say, everybody always says, and I didn't even realize until I kind of watched her today, and I will put it on the wall. I'll put it on the wall and I'll put it in the group. But the only way we really heal from relationships is to be in a relationship. And she said it's because how can you learn to trust someone until you do, until you have to? Um, so yes, absolutely, do all the stuff where we heal ourselves, um, and we do our work so we're ready for a relationship. Absolutely do that. But then people say, well, you have to keep healing trust until you can trust. But you have to be in that relationship. So maybe part of allowing yourself to leap into a relationship of some description, allowing yourself to go with it, see where it goes without too much expectations, it could lead to something that is really committed and strong for you. And allowing someone to help that being new. Um, it's like one of my favorite costumes I've ever seen on a funniest costumes on a thing I've ever seen. But yeah, within being in a relationship, having this experience can allow you to allow yourself to trust somebody again, bit by bit, little by little. Like, not complete, those swords are not completely in that circle just yet, but they're on their way into doing that healing work. And but it's about, saying, communicating with the other partner, and it's swords, so it's all about communication, communicating with the other person. Hey, um, I want to step into this relationship, and I'm going to put it up because she does it so much better. Um, Yes, it is, and you can have it as slow, but that's it. What it is, right? You're saying to them, "Hey, I'm trusting you with this precious thing that is me or my hopes or whatever. You need to protect it," and then you take theirs and protect theirs. And then when there's conflict, you have to navigate as a we, not a me. Um, and so it's about having open conversations and sharing when you're not okay, sharing what you do like, sharing how you've been hurt in the past and how you'd rather they didn't do that behavior. And it's kind of putting the boundaries in place before they even get to cross those boundaries, energetic boundaries for you. So it's about being open and honest with them, even if you feel shame or you're embarrassed or anything that's happened before. um, if it's the right person, it doesn't matter. And there's almost like even trusting them with that is a healing process in itself. I'm not saying lower your guards completely, I'm not saying that, but if it's about making them understand that you are trusting them and they can trust you back, and making sure that you're building on that again. But I will put that video up on the page because it's well, yeah, absolutely, that's a priority. But if the relationship comes alongside that, then you have support with that as well. So, but you've done a lot of work over the last year, I know you have, to be ready. I know you have. You've done a lot. I will share it. I think it's on my personal one already, Gemma. If not, I think I might have sent it to my husband, but I will send it, put it on the page in a minute. Because I showed it to Terry and he went, oh, and I was like, yeah. There was another one about trauma that I think I did actually put on the page about childhood, how we end up empathic because of childhood trauma and stuff, whether it was however it happened, that happened. But do you know what I mean? It wasn't a specific personal to me thing necessarily. It was just things happen to us and it's how we respond. Very Cancerian energy of clinging tighter. And then if you make them feel secure, they don't cling anymore. And then Terry went, oh, that was you. I was like, yes, that was me a couple of months ago. Exactly. Terry's basically my carer sometimes. And generally speaking, he's very happy. There are things that maybe he has to sacrifice because of how I am. But again, I have to sacrifice things for him. So it goes both ways. So hopefully that's okay, Gemma. Hopefully that's helpful. Well, actually, you say codependency, but um, my hypnotherapist, who I pushed along another week today because I had so much on today, she said to me, if you see codependency within your relationship and you think you're codependent, you're probably not as codependent, if at all, as you think you are, because you're aware of it and you're trying to make things so that they're not. So there is a difference between codependency and interdependency. If it works though, Gemma, right? Just yeah, I think you can help him with practicalities. So, and again, if you can't do something physically, you're the King of Pentacles, so you can ask him to do that for you. Also, my neighbors are giggling and I love it. I love that they're giggling. I'm so jealous. I just want to have a barbecue. I'm so hot and sweaty. I'm just like, I want a barbecue and a spritzer or whatever. So it sounds good, right? Okay. Is Corey still here? Corey, are you still here? You're so welcome, Gemma. Always welcome. I don't know if she's still here. I really hope she's still here. Corey, if you're still here, tell me. Is she still here? I don't want to read for her if she's not here. Gemma, can you tag her? Okay, in the meantime, while I'm waiting to see if Corey's around, shall we see? If anybody wants a reading, let me know. Let me know. Yay! Corey, you're still here. Okay. There we go. Let's see what we have for Corey today. I'm using the Playful Heart Tarot for this one because it's rainbows. I will get to you next, Jennifer. I just missed Corey last time because I'm honouring that. And I said I would honour it on this live if she was here. So Jennifer, I will absolutely read for you next. Okay. Honestly, the humidity tonight is hard. Oh, Corey. 5 of Wands, creative obstacles, competition. I feel like these are like five feelings you've had in this last week alone. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, let's go. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. And there's like happy, there's tentative, there's screaming, like, please help me. And I don't want to deal with this. And then there's sad. And I feel like that's been things that you've had to overcome. Obviously, finding creative solutions, navigating things. And 6 of Cups. So you have the 6 of Cups, but it's in reverse. So trying not to be nostalgic, but mainly because it's bittersweet to be nostalgic right now. And because even if it's like home, recent things that happened and brought you joy in that moment, but now they're kind of tainted. So it's being in this weird place where even thinking anything is painful. And so you don't want to really remember or think about anything. And that's going to be that way for a little while. It's just because I think even if you look back, there's pattern. I think there's patterns when you look back, and it's not just this, there's other patterns. And that's not to say that anything you've done caused or anything. I'm not saying that, but there are patterns. And sometimes when there's patterns, that's a kind of a good thing, right? Because it reminds us that things will change into something else. We know that patterns like the sun, right? Even when the sun goes down, we know it's going to rise again the next morning. And we know, like right now, it's only going to get hotter for a few more months. And then it'll be cold again. So patterns can be a good thing. As much as we say, oh, we want to break patterns and we want to break cycles. Patterns are there to remind us of other things. And if you're replaying things, you may also see patterns or traits, which right now can be painful, things you didn't see. But if you keep replaying it, you can't only replay it if you're looking to heal it, process it, go through it, and then kind of release those feelings. But it's going to everything is going to remind you of happiness or sadness. And then you have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is healing. And you have the Three Swords stood up, which are heartbreak and pain and grief. And you have that sword on the ground, in a kind of repose situation, and laid down, relaxing. That guy's asleep as well. Asleep, having a. This light is awful. Hang on. He's asleep in his chair. He's got a little drink, but he's kind of resting while the jet refuels. And the jet doesn't have to necessarily mean traveling or anything like that, but it may be that you're not ready to travel yet until you know a firm situation of what you're doing. You may not even want to fly that plane once you've rested and recovered a little bit. You may choose to go for a different route. But right now it's about healing. It's about making sure that you're making decisions from something other than grief or pain or heartbreak, because heartbreak can make us do crazy things like choose the wrong person, make the wrong decision. We can choose to go back to someone. I'm not saying you're going to, but we can go back to it because the heartbreak hurts so much. We'd rather go back to something that isn't healthy because we're familiar, and it was easier and it made us feel a bit safer than being on our own. But again, you don't have to take that plane, but equally, it's there if you want to. It's refueling right now. Things are getting recharged, ready for you to make a decision whether to fly that plane or not. But the priority right now is for you to make sure you drink, because you drink lots of water, and make sure you're drinking and eating because you're a houseplant. Emotional energy expends and makes us tired and exhausted. Physically, our energetic bodies are connected. So make sure you are allowing yourself to rest. If you want to sleep, you can sleep, right? Because there's no one to nag you to tell you that you shouldn't be sleeping now. In reverse, at the moment, you have the Magician in reverse, though. So the Magician in reverse can either be somebody that is looking to manipulate you in some way, or trying to get a hold, trying to bring all the pieces together to get what they want, not necessarily what you want. And it can also be definitely somebody trying to manipulate you, it feels like, or trying to control a situation, or somebody trying to make you believe that you don't have all the parts that you need to do whatever it is you want, or that all the pieces aren't quite in place just yet for you to make that decision. Like I said, the plane is refueling. So if you want to fly across the ocean and go home, you have that option, but it's not there right now. The pieces aren't all in place just yet. So it could be that, I don't know, you need to make sure you have the right documents to travel, make sure that you have, you've sorted out anything that you want to transport over, ship back over to home. You might need to save up money to do that, to ship things home, or to save up money to even fly home yourself, whatever it is. The pieces are coming in for you. You just don't have them all in place just yet to manifest. And I'm not even sure. And with the Magician as well, you need to know what it is you're aiming for to get the ingredients together to even get them in the right ratio. And if you don't know what your focus is, how are you going to formulate your plan and build that life towards that life? So right now it's about recuperating and then finding focus on what you want to do. And then you have the Fool, which is what you will know when it's the right time for you to do anything, whether that's travel, stay, whatever. You can jump into it when you're ready. This blinking light, sorry. And then you have the Star, and that star's flying. He's flying on a bird. So maybe at least go home to visit, if nothing else, because even going home is recharging, right? But the Star is when we know what it is we want, when we know what our aspiration is, what we're trying to achieve. I'm going to leave it like that because I look better in that light. When we know what it is we want to achieve, then we can start moving towards it and making it happen. And we have the fountain of inspiration and all these things. Also, that's an 8-pointed star because I don't know if you do witchcraft, but the wheel turns each time, and midsummer is in 3 days time, 4 days time. And so midsummer is another turning point. It's the lightest day of the year. And you can harness its energy. It's like peak sun clarity moment. So you may get some information around then that will help you to navigate. but you have the ability to manifest any life that you want to. But right now it's just finding sanctuary and healing. 7 of Pentacles. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Don't shoulda, woulda, coulda anything. Or if I just put a bit more effort into this, if I just said this, if I just done that, you can't go back and change it anyway. And I also don't know if you put more effort into everything than they did. And so you're starting to realize whether it was even worth certain things were even worth it. Assessing. You have the Sun on the bottom as well, and the Two of Pentacles. Clarity is coming up for you, and you have the 6 of Pentacles on the bottom. So don't be afraid to ask for support, even if that's material support or somewhere to stay, some help. I don't even know if there's like some sort of charity. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but some sort of service that supports people in your situation, that can help you navigate how you even do that, how you even stay if you want to stay, or go back if you want to go back, or set yourself up in some way temporarily until you know what you want to do. But it's about looking to see if you can get support in that way. But midsummer, there's going to be a moment of clarity for you in about 4 days' time. Or if nothing else, you're just going to have a good day where you just kind of smile. Just smile, because I don't think you've smiled all week at all. But then you have the 2 of Pentacles, which is making decisions long term. A hard decision that maybe you don't want to make. Is it worth it? Is it not? And again, it's about getting guidance from somebody that's professional in that realm that can give you more guidance in how to move forward. You couldn't find anything that could help you for that. Do the girls know anything? I have someone who's just done the opposite, but not. The future that you want is out there. I can imagine it's not even before. I think it was probably hard to have a smile, but there may be something soon that does make you smile at least a little bit. Who likes furries? What is that about? Furries? Or is it fluffies? No. It's like a teddy bear suit. Really weird. I hope that is helpful in some way, Corey. Okay, Jennifer. Just checking I'm not missing anybody. I'm just checking that email because that's the easiest way to find out without having to log in. And Tony as well. I've got Tony as well. Oh, citizens and right. Citizens advice are a bit like a GP is to doctors and medicine. They know a little bit of everything, but they don't really have specific in-depth knowledge. There's no precise knowledge. You know what I mean? They know a little bit of child support, they know a little bit of housing, but they've not worked inside the system necessarily, and they don't know the ins and outs. They have a rough they can help you navigate it a bit and advocate for you, but they don't have niche experience. It's a bit like a GP. They can see that it's chickenpox. They can see that you need to go and see a dermatologist. They know you can go and see a urologist, but they don't directly work on the thing, if that makes sense. They are a great resource, first access and everything, but I don't know if there's something about seeing somebody, because I'm guessing it's to do with citizenship, isn't it? I would have thought. Or right to stay, residency. But yeah, keep delving, keep finding out, keep reaching out, see if the girls know anything. Okay, next I've got Jennifer Boyan. Jennifer Boyan. Okay. Jennifer Boyan, that one wants to go. Okay, for you, I have the energy of iced tea, please. Yeah, thank you. Just because it's really warm, and tea is just too warm. You're so welcome, Corey. I'll send you some Reiki in a bit. Okay, there is something that you are potentially passionate, skillful project that is natural talent, natural ability, very good, very honed, of mastered of that skill, and potentially looking to guide or teach or lead in some way with that, inspiring others to do that. Reiki's amazing, Shazia. Hi, Shazia. I've just said it's you. Jennifer, it's creative, passionate, driven, animalistic, almost desire that's been harnessed, obviously, tempered with the, oh, really? Sorry, I get so many scammers. I should probably take it as a compliment, but I don't. But there is a new thing to jump into, a new cycle, a new phase with regards to that talent, that teacher, teaching, leading. And there is a new way to move into that. And it feels like like a rush of air, clarity, fresh air, openness, like clear thinking. I swear there used to be a chewing gum outfit where advert that was like, woof, and it would just be like, cleanse my. It's like you go to the on a nice cool day and it blows. It's a bit like being on a muggy day like today and you get this breeze and you go, oh, that breeze is such a relief. But there's almost like clarity with this though. It's like a crisp air of, I know what it is I need to do. I know what it is I need to do. But what holds you back is either potentially as epiphany realizing as that is, that your head, heart, and gut are in alignment, that this is what you're supposed to do. There's this hesitancy or something that stops you, and it's either because you're worried about having a conversation with someone about it, or you're worried about doing it because it's going to be hard. You have the okay, project does perfect. Just because I see the King of Wands as a teacher as well as a way show or a project leader or in that way, but it's definitely inspiration and passion led. The hard decision is between, it's either going to be a hard conversation you want to make, or it's a hard choice to make, or that there's going to be some form of sacrifice as part of that. You have the Fool though, and you have the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is that fast movement forward. This is in the upward trajectory. Normally these are in a downward trajectory, suggesting that they're heading towards their target. And that's not to say these aren't headed towards their target, but the fact that they move upwards for me is that you are on an upward trajectory with this, as in you haven't reached the top of all the work you have to do just yet to go down towards hitting your target of the end goal, because obviously an arrow goes like this. So there's a hard choice, right? There's an incline, there's some effort that's required to get to the surety of, yes, it's happening, and yes, we're on the downward, the homeward stretch, the downward part of the journey. But there is this kind of clarity moment that's going to come where you're like, this is the right thing to do. And because you have the Fool there, it is a suggestion that as long as you put the work and effort in and the commitment to it, the universe has your back effectively. It meets you in your energy, which means that it should work out as long as you are um, doing that. So I don't know if there's this need to trust that more. With the lightning there, I'm getting real Thor energy, and Thor isn't always great to women. And that's not to mean that um, I don't mean Marvel Thor. I'm talking about the god Thor. He was what was called a bane to women, as Jared told me and taught me. And so I don't know if there's kind of this. I don't know if this is part of the work or part of upheaval. I don't know, but there is some sort of toxic masculinity kind of energy that kind of blocks you from doing it. So I don't know if this is some old misogynistic programming, or somebody's voice in your head that has that toxic masculine kind of energy to it, that's made you not believe that you can do things, or that something's silly. Um, but there is that kind of, just because that lightning bolt is screaming Thor at me in that way, um, that may be part of the reason that holds you back from taking that step, making that hard choice, signing that document, having that conversation. Um, and maybe that's part of the decision, like you don't listen to that masculine energy. And I'm not saying all masculines are bad, by the way. It's just there is something toxic in this masculine energy around it that seems to want to come in and smash up your dream. And it's like, dude, no, no. I'm on my way up. What are you trying to do? Why are you trying to bring me back down again? Um, you have unhealed masculine in your life. Okay, that may be part of it. And healing that as part of the upward, doing it in spite of masculine. Because I don't think that masculine was all bad for you. I think there are things that come through that they did give you gifts. However, in this situation, what they've not taken is belief. What they've taken from you is belief in yourself or your capabilities. There is a spider dropping from my ceiling over there, a little spider, and it's weaving. It's just going. And that's what you're doing, right? You're weaving a circle. Is that what you said? You're going to do a group in-person healings. There you go. You're weaving a future, writing your own fate, bringing people together. Maybe there's networking attached to that. Maybe there's medicine in spider for you as well. Also, it wasn't a little one, it was a big one. But otherwise, I'd say it was a money spider coming in. But there absolutely is this. You have the knowledge, you have the ability, you have the strategy, you have the passion to make it work, the drive to make it work. And it's upwards trajectory for you towards, well, you've already gone, there's already been a level of success already. Otherwise, I don't think you'd be taking this next step. Have you trialed this already? Oh my God, how many scammers am I going to have today? As always, guys, do not interact with scammers. They just want your money and to harangue you until you pay them more and more money. But there is this upward energy. And I do feel like tenacity is going to be required, creative solutions. However, be on the lookout for people that want to take more than they give. I don't know if this is like a circle. Make sure that there is this unity of trust within it. That obviously things that are shared in that group circle setting are kept in that setting. Not you, others that are involved in it. I don't know if there's like a vetting process or why does this feel like a healing circle kind of thing? That spider's going back up again. It's weaving one hell of a big web, that's all I'm saying. Maybe you are too. Maybe you're weaving one hell of a big project. I'll get you another card. Justice. Legalities. Checking legalities. Checking Facts are facts, making sure you have everything. There's no ambiguity in wording of things. Um, Sometimes insurance comes up with the justice as well, making sure you have everything covered that way legally. Um, Not that anything's necessarily going to go wrong, but you're protected, right? There's an extra layer of energetic protection with you. And then you have the Three of Wands, which is just starting to make those plans and start bringing them into being. Have a flexible plan, but you have so much wand energy. You're clearly passionate about this. Start having the direction. Also, that looks like a community fire. So make sure you're connecting with people in the community that are going to be the end users, or at least come and help and support as well. But end users, have a vision, start working towards it. Make sure you have all the things in place. It's like the Olympic flame, right? It travels around everywhere. Maybe you're going to travel around everywhere, starting up multiples of these. But for right now, it's about taking the steps to start making that happen. But you have that Fool card, so that should be successful. Oh, really? King of Cups is Cancer. I would have said that was Pisces or Scorpio to me, but Scorpio, I would have said. Sorry, I'm just disagreeing with the deck. But Aries energy, harness the masculine energy in a healthy way. Build that, make that happen, drive that, expand your horizons, and like traveling as well, right? Expanding beyond where you are right now. That can absolutely be a vision further down the road, but right now it's about building that up. Do you know what's funny, Shaz? I've seen those lights all day today, pale yellow and peach. I've seen those lights all day today. Oh, you're an Aries. Channel your energy. I want a cookie. I'm going to get a cookie. Get me the cookie. To me, Aries are the toddlers of the zodiac. Age-wise, they are the toddlers. And so they're like, I want a cookie. I'm going to get a cookie. You've told me no, I can't have a cookie. I'm going to go and get a cookie anyway. They're a bit more grown up than that as they get older, but that's how they are energetically. I want it. I'm going to go and get it. I'm going to have it. I'm going to expand what I have already. But they do like structure. So again, make sure you have that structure built up. If you want this to be something that is going to build up, you need to make sure you have the infrastructure in place before you even start building and expanding to have that to a certain extent. I hope that's helpful for you, Jennifer. Hope that's okay. Tony, is Tony still here? That sounds exciting though, Jennifer. I'm really curious now. Tony, are you still here? Tony, there you go. Structure is good. Structure gives us foundation. Structure gives us, there you go, you are here. Okay, it takes one to know one, but thank you. It takes a good reader to know a good reader. I'm glad, Jennifer. Tony, what am I doing with your ones? Okay. Let's see, Orions. I like these because they're kind of galactic and animals. Oh, what was that? It's gone. Looked good though. It looked like the Patronus from Harry Potter. Okay, so the first thing we have is the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is hard work, maintenance. That bird is building a nest. It's built many nests. Knows how to do it right. It's honed the skill of nest building. You've built many things. You know how to do things. Seven of Wands. Needing some form of protection. Been waiting patiently for what my person to come along, and two Capricorn men have come along. Oh my goodness. Let me guess, one's all artistic and soft and really good looking, and the other one's a bit not that he's not good looking, but more practical, a bit more sensible, less laissez-faire. I wonder if they're either end of the Capricorn season. Oh, okay. So, Seven of Wands, protecting energy with that, protecting your energy, making sure you are maintaining, putting up boundaries before you even start with these people. I don't think you have to decide yet either. I don't think you have to decide just yet. Very opposite. I know. Cancer, Capricorns are even, well, they're just capricious, right? So one energy or the other. Almost contrary. My mum is a twin, actually, a Capricorn twin. And obviously, they were born on the same day, Christmas Day. My nan thought she was having one baby on Valentine's Day and had twins on Christmas Day. And obviously, they were born like minutes apart from each other. And they're both completely different. Looks and everything. Looks, personality, so different. In fact, you wouldn't know she was her twin, really, unless you knew them. One is the 19th, other is the 9th, and I'm the 7th. Wow. Yeah. So the boundary being up is okay. It's about fair energy exchange. It's about looking at giving and receiving. I feel like it's like a life number is 9, feels odd drawn to both. They do look very different. I love that there's 6 of Pentacles as well. If you look, it's a meerkat in the middle, and then there's these 2 meerkats looking in 2 completely different directions. And you have 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom there. Again, even those pentacles are split in 2 different directions. And I think that's okay. You have the Judgment card in reverse. Like, you don't have to make a choice just yet. You don't have to do that. You have the 5 of Wands, which is obstacles or some sort of challenge coming up, some fiery challenge. That doesn't mean that it's a big one, because it is a it's also competition. I don't know if they know about each other. Do they know that you're just dating and that they both have an opportunity? Because it feels like there's competition element to it. And as I say that, there are 2 stags rutting in my head. That's amazing. And there was that stag on the bottom, right? I'm going to find that card, what card that was. It does feel like 2 stags rutting. Like, there's competition, and that can absolutely work to your benefit, because you are a prize. You are a prize. Like you say, you wait forever for a bus and 2 turn up at once. One very consistent, sensible one. The other one is flaky. Oh, they don't know. Oh, you're online dating. Well, they don't have to know, do they? That's up to you. But where is that stag gone? This is always the way. Oh, strength. Strength, resilience, determination, willpower, more introverted willpower rather than outward. It's an internal battle, because there's an outward expression of willpower, and then there's an internal kind of willpower that makes you dig down deep in your core, right? I'm sure my husband could tell you all about the strength card, because he's taken my tarot course. He pays attention to everything, don't you, Terry? One day I'll get him on a live with me at some point. I'll do runes though, maybe instead. Maybe we'll be like the other way around to Jared and Alison. You can do cards and I'll do runes. Okay, let's see. Strength. 8 of Cups. I don't think you have to make a choice yet. I don't think you have to make a choice yet. See how it goes. Have some fun. Because what I've got is that obviously there will be something that comes up, some sort of test, some competition, or a way to compare and contrast. More naughty. No, it's okay. It's playful. If they're more low commitment, is that what you mean? Then one's a bit more in a place where they're looking for commitment, and the other one's a bit more playful and see how things go, a bit more flow. And you kind of want both of those elements, I'm guessing. So they are opposites. Compare and contrast. But that 5 of Wands, there is a competitive element, right? You have the option. You have 2 things, 2 horses in the race, and so you can do that. I feel by July time, though, I feel like there's one that you will pick over the other. July, August time, there will be one that you as much as you've spent time with them, I don't think you'll be getting out what you were hoping for with that person. And so that might mean that you move forward with a different person, with the other one, basically. And that won't be an easy decision, because I don't know if there's one in the younger one is more consistent. This is what I'm feeling like. At the moment, I think one's more than the other, but keep going, because I think they might even swap in some way. You have to look for proven behavior over a little while before you make a choice. But once you make a choice, it's almost like, okay, I've set that threshold now. Yes, we're putting a ring around this. Yes, we're exclusive, kind of thing. Yes, this is us moving forward in some way. Because that's going to be hard for you to step into the future with someone, because I don't know if that's scary for you to do that, to say, hey, yeah, I'm going to take a chance on you, because I've been beaten down before and I kind of want to go again. And neither of these guys Scorpio. Wasn't there a Scorpio? Was that you that had a Scorpio? Anyway, come the end of that, we have the Lovers. And the Lovers is absolutely about lovers, but it's also about choice. And sometimes there is actually a third choice. And if you look, they are opposites of each other, those two. And also, they're seahorses, right? And so with seahorses, you have this energy of the male takes on the birthing of the children and that kind of aspect, that feminine role. So it may be that you get to have a choice of where it doesn't have to be you playing the traditional role of submissive, or you know, you could be the more dominant one, and you could be the one that is the more masculine energy, and they could be more feminine energy. Or do you know what I mean? There could be a way of looking at it in a slightly different way, not completely, but different way, different dynamic. I told the one, yes, the Scorpio has gotten no good for me. I'm glad you eliminated that person if they weren't good for you. But it feels like this is a big choice, right? And the fact that it is, sometimes you forget that there is good, and it's also about a healthy relationship as well. The Lovers, it's not just about a lover or a partner, it's about having a healthy relationship. So give and take, like I said, the seahorse, in seahorses, the male takes over the young and does that. So he supports the feminine in that way. I mean, she obviously does that, and then he takes the babies and does all the other part of that. So again, they support each other. They choose to support each other in a dynamic that maybe isn't traditional. But then you do have the Hierophant, which and the Knight of Pentacles, which would suggest, looking, when you make that choice, you're looking at someone that you can absolutely build something with, and that you will work together. That is a hive. That is a busy bee in that Knight of Pentacles. But looking to maybe make a commitment to them. And that doesn't mean getting married right away. It doesn't mean that, but looking to be a bit more next level of commitment with that. Being exclusive, or going steady. I don't know what the terms are anymore. Don't know what the terms are anymore, but you know what I mean. It could be that you choose that person to see where that goes a bit more, but you don't have to make that choice right now. I feel like you don't have all the information yet until about July, August time. So yeah, that does make sense. I feel like whatever way it is now, you don't have all the information. And so I feel like somebody's behavior will change. Whether that's flaky guy seems a bit more committed and interested in something a bit more, or that's the committed guy going a bit flaky, whichever way it is. But I just don't know which way that is at the moment. But I think somebody's changes, the behavior changes into something else. And that helps you to make a decision, if that makes sense. Because one brings what the other one has, and there's that kind of merging energy. I hope that's helpful, Tony. I hope that's useful in some way. Exciting, though. I would say exclusive. Yeah, I wouldn't say that you're necessarily moving in together right away, but you could see it going that way, that the potential going that way. Otherwise, you wouldn't be investing in it. Your intuition will tell you the way to go. So let's see. Who do we have? So yeah, comment if you'd like a reading. I know you guys are like 20 seconds behind me, so I'm going to have a swig of, the iced tea. You should be. It sounds like a summer of fun. You get to have all these wonderful things. These wonderful, yeah, it's a date to people. It's a good place to be. And you can tell them about each other or not tell each other. It's up to you. Okay, let's go. That is that way up. So I think that's telling me that that one is done. However, rainbow. Krista! Let's do Krista. Krista. Why do I feel like it's your birthday soon? Enjoy it, Tony. Enjoy it. You'll know which one's which. Four of Wands. What are we celebrating? Food, drink. Are you having a birthday party? Of course it is. It's the day after mine, isn't it? Yeah. That's right, people. It's my birthday next week. And I get to do my favorite thing, teach tarot on the day. So, are you kind of assessing things right now, whether you want to move or stay, what you want to do, where you want to go in life in general? I feel like you're wanting to move house. Why do I feel like you want to move house? Oh, okay. Well, that might be why. Things have all changed. Something's changed. The dynamics changed in some way. Yeah, I feel like you're moving or deciding where to move or whether to move. Something's changed. What's changed? Something wasn't working, so we've changed direction. But oh, you thought about moving yesterday. Okay. Something's changed. Does the way things are right now not work? Has something changed and come in and altered the way everything has to run and operate? The whole kind of setup? There are more pros for one option than there is for the other. I don't know if you want to move. It's like, what is there? 5, 6 of you in the house? It feels like 4 people. The village isn't the same anymore. I'll find out next Saturday or a couple of weeks' time. I was actually in there last weekend. I went to see Sam on Saturday. I have to go out tomorrow because Mum and Dad are there, so I have to drop out Father's Day stuff. Although if you're watching Mum and Dad, I haven't decided what time or whatever, so it might even be Sunday. I haven't got any fixed plans just yet, other than we're taking Terry out for dinner on Father's Day. And I have tarot class. But it feels like, where would an influx of money come from? Because there's an influx of money. This guy has money in his hand. It's a Tower card. I mean, it looks terrifying, but Tower isn't always bad. We know this because you then have the 8 of Wands. And it's almost like money appearing gives you options. And so if you want to move, you have the option to move if you want to. And it could move quite quickly. Kelly says, Happy Father's Day, Terry. Kelly says, Happy Father's Day. Thanks. You just confused him because it's not Father's Day and he's a man. This is how organized he is. I guarantee he hasn't even thought about Father's Day with his dad. And the fact his dad's not here this weekend helps him. I feel like there could be a move, Krista. Oh, have you been dabbling? Have you been dabbling with magic? Have you been dabbling with spell work? Have you been dabbling with tarot? Have you been dabbling with oracle cards and trying to work out things as well? I love this. There is a space that absolutely will work. What is it about the two youngest that you need to worry about? There's two youngest. There's something about those two. Also, I don't know if she has a purple outfit. It looks amazing. There's something about a purple outfit. However, you do have the Ten of Cups after that Eight of Wands. So it will be a move for a place that brings that new energy for the family, like new ways to look forward, celebratory kind of energy. You have the Ace of Cups. School is your worry with them. School was my worry. That's why I moved. I worked in there and it was terrifying, so I moved them. I'll be honest, the Ofsted just confirmed everything that I already knew was in there. I mean, there's been a change of leader. I don't know what it's like now. It was 2 years ago. So it's 2 years ago we moved. 3 years ago we moved now. It's 2019. It's 2022. 3 years ago we moved our kids. This week. Best choice we ever did. Ace of Cups, a new opportunity for. Oh yeah, you were, weren't we? Yeah, we worked together. On the inside, it was even more terrifying than the outside for me, personally. It's when you're stood on a playground and that you're in charge of 100 kids on your own, and then one falls over and you're doing first aid, and then a TA comes up to you and says, "Hey, they're having a fight over there. Maybe you should watch them." And I'm like, I am putting out fires right now. You could have dealt with that problem. You are staff too. Anyway, I loved the kids. I just didn't like the environment. I don't know if it's improved or not. I haven't been back. I feel that a move will give you whole new opportunities. I don't know if you're looking to move somewhere more. Oh, it's got worse. How is that possible? It only had one good merit in its report. Anyway. It's about moving where you would have the most benefit for the youngest too. And where that makes ease of for you as well, what you're looking for and what you need. Because as much as it's about everybody else, you also have to be okay with that move. I don't know if you're looking for something that has more going on in it, more access to things. Also, I don't know if you've been looking at having a holiday. Maybe you could be having a holiday in July, August time. I want to say Seaton way, Seaton specifically, like the other side of Sidmouth, Lyme Regis, Seaton kind of area. I don't know why. Devon Cliffs, is that way? Just somewhere that you can go and sit on the beach and read a book. There's a ginger tabby cat here as well on that card. You're in Grand's old house, so it's hard to move. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Was that your Grand's house? It's kind of cool that you're still in it. There's that legacy. Oh, that would be the heavy legacy that you're holding back. It's holding you back. And there's been lots of memories in that house as well. I just feel like there's something coming in relatively soon. It feels financial, like there's more income that is available to you to have an option if you choose to take it. And it's there if you want to move, because you have an Ace of Cups. There's an option to do that. Going to Legoland next weekend. I've just realized what you put. Legoland. I love Legoland. Maybe you'll find a nice house in Windsor and decide you want to be Kate and Will's neighbor. Oh wow, naughty cat. My ginger tabby does that too. He stood on the deck the other day with a bird. I think for you, there's a chance for you to, if you choose to, it's an ace, so it's up to you to take it. But that option to move isn't ever going to leave. You always have the option to move if you want to. But I feel like there is a big change either happened or happening that kind of means that the way things are at the moment, it doesn't really work. And so you're looking at completely rebuilding everything back up because the whole situation needs rebuilding around new elements that are coming in or have come in, one or the other. The dynamics have changed. Things are a bit more stretched than they were time-wise or energetically, the effort that it takes to do things. And sometimes if you don't make the move, sometimes life gives you an opportunity to move anyway. So this is either a windfall, so something changes, so you can change things up fundamentally. But either way, it's progress forward for you towards what I think it is you're looking for. Are you looking for a bigger garden, more space? Oh, looks like a canal. A park with a canal. Places where you can thrive emotionally. Ace of Cups. I feel like I need to show you that card. But this is the opportunity, right? It's being divinely given to you. It's up to you to take it. You can choose to take it and choose not to. But it's a chance for happiness. It has the 10 of Cups on the end of that moving, which is really peak happiness and celebration. Also, I don't know if you've been thinking about other celebrations, like getting married. There's also aspects of that because you have the 10 of Cups and you have the 4 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. It can be a big change. Dylan hasn't been in the best place. Well, he's always got Xander at the end of a computer console if he ever wants to natter to anyone. Xander's always on that thing. Xander has he misses his old friends, but I don't think he realizes that most of his old friends aren't even there anymore. They won't even be there if he went back. So, and that's got to be hard, I suppose, if Dylan keeps seeing all of his friends move. It's a shame because it was an amazing little school. Oh, you've been nagging him about it? Do you need it? Do you need it? There's party and food. There's something about your birthday. There's something about your birthday. Everybody together, picking up food. And then within kind of 2 months, something comes in and changes the dynamic in some way. It feels like money. It does feel like money. And I don't often say that money comes in, but it does feel like money. And then movement, whether that's travel or movement forward, the energy changes in a forward trajectory. It tends to be moving. With the 4 of Wands and the 8 of Wands there, it tends to feel like moving. But again, you have the Ace of Cups. It's up to you to take it or not. Something being offered to you. But this summer, I feel like there's something about this summer. Are you looking to study? Oh, you put in oh yeah, you're going to Legoland next week. You just said that, didn't you? Your mum's retirement. That's amazing. And again, I'm guessing she's trying to work out what she does from this point on as well. I keep seeing that Illuminati eye. It's not Illuminati eye, but you know what I mean, the all-seeing eye. Are you looking to what does that say on that book? Sorry. Tarot secrets. Are you looking to learn tarot? Maybe you learn the tarot over the summer. It's very easy to learn tarot. I know everybody thinks it's big and scary. You have to learn all the card meanings. Come do my course. You'll be reading within 10 weeks. I do feel like the summer gives you the time and space for you to work out what it is you want, for you to be happy, for you to be fulfilled. It takes me 20 seconds in the morning to read a card, and that sets me up for my day. I'm going to see if Alison will put her video up. She put it in my group. And Alison doesn't do ritual. She doesn't do commitment, and yet she pulls a card every day because she finds it helpful. Hi, Mark. Evening. It is still evening. Wow. It's dark now, but it's evening. But yes, I feel like in about a month or so, July, so Leo season, really understanding what it is you want, where it is you want to go, what you need. I hope that's useful in some way. You wouldn't hi, Kale Sunflower. Kayleigh. Oh, I really hope it's a Kayleigh. That makes me happy. If you're tired, Krista, make sure you're resting, getting your energy back. You also have yes on the bottom. Yeah, yes. This camera's awful. There you go. Yes. The yes kitty card with a cupcake heart on the top. With a Knight of Cups and a champagne glass. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe you'll get to say yes one day. Call you bee. Amazing. Bees love sunflowers. Guys, if you don't already, follow Bee on Instagram. They are very cool cards. I have a lot of very cool cards. I'm very fortunate. Next time I'm on, maybe I will be in my room with them all behind me. But today is not that day because it's too hot and sweaty and I have too much to do tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, Krista, if you're feeling world weary and tired, you don't have to go in for one more go. Just give yourself a rest for a little while and then build up the energy to go in again. Somebody's on their last chance though. What is that? Anyway, if you would like a reading, tell me. Tracy, would you like a card? The Chariot. Bringing all the elements together to bring anything you want forward, using your willpower to help you navigate twists and turns coming up. We're going right into Cancer season 2, which would suggest to me that your Cancer season, which is the Chariot card represents that, moving forward. You're going to feel like you're missing a limb for some reason. Have that leg there, obviously. But still balancing and navigating, even with the kids and the responsibilities as well. So, yeah, absolutely. It's very crown, third eye, heart space kind of month for you as well. bringing all that into alignment, the top shot. I think you've been working on the lower with the fear and everything, and the willpower comes as part of that Chariot card anyway. So very much allowing the balance and calibration of the crown, the third eye, and the heart space, and even maybe even the throat a little bit, but I'm pretty sure the throat can articulate what it needs to. You have the Tower and the Seven of Swords. Not gonna lie, Tracy, that's not good. It's not amazing. I feel like this is revelations of other things. Yeah, you have the Judgment card after. I feel this is more realizations or information coming in, helping you to see people. They may not want to pull off the mask and be honest, but the mask, there's a mask. Somebody talks to you with a mask. There are people around you that are going to go, don't trust them. And you're going, it's okay. I know what they're doing. I almost feel like you know, but the realization of just what they've done or just what they're doing comes up. But you have judgment, and judgment is in this case for me, it's the end of a cycle, clearing up that cycle. I think it confirms things for you that you already knew, but the extent is the shocker rather than what they do, if that makes sense. Hence missing a limb. The Tower serves a purpose. It just is the universe going, don't even think about it. I'm taking that out. No, stop leaning on that. Stop leaning on that. I'm taking it anyway. And you can balance, look, you can navigate without this thing anyway. Like, you'd think you'd use the staff to lean on, but no, she uses it to amplify power. So on that one. Also, you'd look really cute in a gnome hat. Jingle bell on the end, like an elf hat. Oh no, it's a pom-pom. But yes. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck and it looks like a duck, it may be a duck, but not the type of duck you think it is. Let's put it that way. It's like you already know that it is what it is, but it's the extent. Possibly it may, but I don't feel like it's, I think you are already aware. Potentially this feels more like a revelation of something that you already know, and so that gives you the absolute bang, yes, no, that's the end of that, or that's the extent of that happening. Knight of Swords, cutting things out, having conversations, getting information. Things are easier than you think. Oh my god, there you go. Should we just get rid of that altogether? Things are easier than you think. It's one of these extra ones. Oh god, that's so nice. I'm gonna have to get a fan. Ace of Swords, decisions and cuts. You have it in you to do that, by the way, Tracy. You are more than capable. B, let's do you. This is the first time you've been here for me, I think. Every time I go on Instagram, I have a nosy. I go and have a look. So follow her on Instagram. Amazing. And I did not know you're on YouTube, so I'm going to go and nosy on YouTube in a minute as well. Okay, let's see what we have for you. Okay. Okay, I like this. Okay, one more on the end of that. What is it with Tower cards today? You're so welcome, Tracy. Okay, B, we have Six of Wands, so success, achievement, to the point that everyone sees it. I love this deck. Peacock. But it's not the smug showing off everything peacock. It's just, yes, I'm beautiful, and yes, I'm successful. Me too on YouTube, to be honest. I've only started streaming the lives recently. Then we have the King of Wands. Honing skills. passionate defender. This feels like success in a field that you are of creativity, passionate about. But there's 9 of Swords with the 8 of Swords. So there's anxiety and a lack of belief. Don't get me wrong. It feels like if there's been anxiety and stress, you have totally been working through it and kind of working back to just. It's still a lot of working back from complete anxiety back to, okay, I'm okay, but I'm still working on myself and my self-belief and my confidence. Almost like people recognizing and honoring what you're doing and the ways that you've achieved and worked through stuff. People are starting to see the difference and they're feeding it back to you like, well, you've inspired me to do this, or and honoring and recognizing that growth in you. And then we have the Tower and the Hierophant. With the 6 of Cups. Oh, I like this. Queen of Wands on the bottom. So yeah, the Tower. I mean, the Tower always comes in to change things up. I don't feel like this is necessarily quite imminent. I feel like there's been the Tower is kind of what's unsettled you, what has caused the anxiety, a whole change up of something potentially. Is this about being reflective? Like seeing that the whole world kind of blew up for you and everything changed? And you came from that place of anxiety and stressing and up all night, down back to still stressed, moderate anxiety rather than all out anxiety, and still going, okay, well, that took the wind out my sails, and trying to build yourself back up. And people giving you credit of, well, I inspired others by doing that. There's part of that process that is there. You have the King of Wands and the Oh, sorry guys, my internet went weird, and while it connects on there, I'm coming on to this one. So sorry, B. That's okay. So it does this. I did a piece buffet and I have to take up my whole thing with, oh, it's back up again on there. Right, I'll go back onto the computer and we'll go from there. Hang on. Put that one up. There we go. And I can get rid of my phone then as well. Sorry, B. So yeah, the internet does like to play things. How do I mute that? Just come off it. So, oh, sorry guys. No, it is not your internet. It's my internet. They're doing cable work here, and they've been doing it for weeks, and it's just irritating as anything. So, sorry, B. So yeah, this catastrophic thing that came through and happened, and changed everything up, and you've had to. I feel like you've actually committed to you and building you up and building your life back up, working hard, committing to it. Um, there's an aspect of reflection and looking over that and seeing how far you've come. But I don't know if part of going back over that is so that you can um, inspire and lead others, guide others through that same path, be a way shower, so to speak. Even if you're half a step of the person in front of you, that's the work of a healer to guide others to navigate that, by either teaching tools that you found along the way. Um, I would guess that tarot would have been one of your tools. I don't know if you're supposed to teach tarot if you don't already. Um, but there is part of your story that happened so you could do that work. I have hiccups as well, or I feel like I've got hiccups. I'm on the verge of hiccups. I don't know if there was something in May time that took a lot of I feel like you're supposed to be a teacher of something, a teacher of some kind, but it definitely feels teachery, like to share your success and what worked for you. But then we have this Six of Cups. So Six of Cups to me is either reflecting back over nostalgically, or looking back, to reflect over what happened, how the progress was, reflecting over that in order to build up a toolkit or a program to teach people or to guide people or to um, share knowledge and wisdom that you've accrued and honed, skills that you've honed, talents and gifts, in order to help guide others with that. I feel like there's an element of inner child working here too. Basically, collating your personal brand of magic and sharing that and teaching that with others. And almost like by doing that, by realizing how far you've come, by sharing that with others, it kind of helps you develop your confidence and helps you stand in your power and your worth, self-worth. King of Cups, spiritual definitely. With a Page of Cups, inspiring others to learn. Dream weaving. Why am I getting dream weaving? But you do have everything you need to do these. You just need to have more confidence. And I think that's the only thing holding you back is confidence. And the more confidence you build in yourself and you commit to, because you have committed to study, whatever happened, there was that moment was like an awakening moment to you, and you have worked and studied and bought in tools and developed things. And I think as you look back, you'll realize, oh, actually, I've come quite a way and I can be a teacher. I can guide others on this path. Possibly even a circle, some sort of circle, development circle. Inspiration will come soon. It's up to you to take it. Because you've basically evolved. There's memories that come up as well, and you're finding different ways to navigate them. I hope that's useful in some way, B. The Chariot. June. Use it to balance and calibrate. See the highest perspective. See where it is you want to go and start navigating that path towards what it is you want to achieve. Temperance. Temperance that has a Cancer crab. This is like mediation, compromise, not settling. Healing as well comes from that as well. Remember your worth when you go into that meeting. Remember what it is you're looking for. Remember there is a way you can both reach, I want to say mediation. What is that? There's a sweet spot where both get growth. There may need to be a catalyst in that environment. I don't know what that is. Thank you, B, for reading for me. I'm so glad I got to read for you. I love seeing you pop up in my notifications and stuff, and it always makes me smile. You have wonderful energy. Okay. If you have anything specific, feel free to ask me something specific. No, it wasn't your internet, Shaz. It was mine, because I live on the edge of Dartmoor. And this time yesterday, we had a power cut. So that's fun. We had to go and find torches and stuff. And I was like, thank God I wasn't live tonight, because there was no darkness. The streetlights were out and everything. The road that way was on. The road that way was on, but our road was off. So hi, everybody. By the way, if you don't see comments, no, it's not too late for a reading. I'm on here till I'm on here. It's a weekend, right? Kim. The Empress. There's a spider on that. There was a spider here a minute ago, wasn't there? The Empress. If you look, that's a pearl, right? And it's, what does an oyster do? It takes dirt, literal dirt, and makes something beautiful. Yes, Kim. Kim Hovey. Sorry. Yes. Takes. Why is everybody getting the tower? What is going on? God. I'm going to make these a bit quicker as I move forward. You have the tower. I'm going to pull it after that. But again, right, the tower, three of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the tower card coming through again for like the fourth reading in a row. The tower isn't something to be feared, by the way. It just means that things are coming in to change everything out. And like I said, you could be perceived what is absolute dirt and rubbish, a horrible week that has disrupted everything. What you do have now is a chance to build a solid foundation that is it a tower moment? I don't watch the news, so I don't know anything. All I do know is that Gemma tagged me earlier to tell me that Eurovision could be in the UK next year, and that made me excited. That would be a tower moment for me, because I did not. I don't know what that would do for my brain. So yeah, Kim Hovey, you have the Three of Pentacles, which is if it's been a crap week where you've had to, there's a spider on that, so it's about weaving and building up. You think a spider, the web gets damaged and it doesn't leave the whole web. It just goes and repairs what it needs to in order to make sure that it is. I would never take the Tower card out. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, with that pearl there, it can be a shit week, but it's about turning it into something beautiful and building something up that's stronger, that in a really beautiful, graceful way. My oven has 1111 on it thanks to the power cut yesterday. So there is this energy of, you can take absolute crap and build it into something beautiful if you want to, Kim. I love it too. This one's particularly beautiful. It's like in the desert and everything. So and then there's those birds. How many birds are there? Eight of Swords, which this week's probably taken its toll on your confidence. So you have an incredible foundation in your life. It's just about going, hey, the storm hit that bit, so what we actually need to do is do a bit of maintenance, so that the winds hit us pretty hard and the wind's blown through the cracks. maybe we should have sealed the cracks up before the wind hit. So it's about doing some maintenance on what's already there to strengthen it up and future-proof it through any storms that could come from now on. I mean, it feels like it's been a bit of a crappy week, but how can we stop a crappy week being crappy completely? How can we turn this crappy week into something that we can turn into something beautiful that also lasts moving forward as well? And you have an incredible core. Don't forget that. You have a support network around you. Don't forget that you have that around you. Should we go really quick and do a load of people? I've been on here 2 hours already. 22020. I love this. Let's do this. Because I won't be on tomorrow and I won't be on Sunday because I'm teaching. It's Father's Day. So if you want a reading, let me know. Shazia. I haven't done you. Have I done you yet? I haven't done you yet, have I, Shazia? Let's do you. Also, before I do that, Kim Edwards, Steve's true feelings for you. Steve's true feelings for you. Okay. It is hot. It's warm. It's muggy in Plymouth. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't earlier. It's been quite nice today, and then it's muggy this evening. It's very bizarre. Kim, before I move on to Shazia, and I will not take the tower out for you. Kim Edwards. Okay, Kim Edwards, before I do this, everything you need to know about Steve's feelings, he has already shown you. It's about looking at the facts. I feel like he says things, and that's fine as long as he delivers. So what he's saying, if it's backed up by proven behavior, then that absolutely, I don't know if it's giving you everything, all the information you need, but you need to look at what he's saying and what he's doing. And if the two marry up, then it's proven behavior. But if there's an inconsistency, then you need to have a conversation about it. You need to talk about, well, you said you would do this and this didn't happen. That would suggest to me that you're either not done it yet, or you're lying, or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you need to recognize your own value when you're communicating and know that you're prepared to set a boundary, and that if there is a behavior that isn't met, or was said that something would happen and then it didn't happen, that there is a consequence for that. And that doesn't necessarily mean walking away completely. It just means that you are prepared to step away if you need to and respect your own energy and your own boundaries. But I feel like you need to be looking at behavior, that what has actually tangibly been proven with regards to what they say and do. Let's go through these. Hopefully that helps, Kim. Where's Shazia? Shazia, you also get these underwater ones. Hopefully that helps in some way, Kim. It doesn't feel... Okay, let's see. Doesn't feel... What doesn't feel what? Doesn't feel good or bad, Kim. It just feels like you need to listen to what he's said and and look at what he's done, the two together, and weigh that up, and then make a decision. Okay, Shazia, 6 of Cups. You have children. All those children. There's this energy. Nostalgia, if nothing else. So either something to do with children, or there's something about childhood, looking back, but 2 children potentially. This could be a situation that is now with a child and looking back at what you did at that age and what stopped and blocked your creativity or your progress. Oh, seriously. The Tower. Unleash the Kraken. There was something from your childhood that oh, that one got left on its own down there. Oh, I like that Page of Pentacles. That can come and play. That's fine. Okay, Chaz. Just Shaz, just message me that one. What you want to know, just let me know. Um, Shaz, as in Sharon. Shazia, I am still reading for you. Two Shazes. Um, so yeah, there is reflection over what's blocked, stuck, what has shaken. I don't know if this is history repeating itself with regards to a child or whether this is you reflecting back to a moment that did fundamental damage to you and you have been trying to navigate the waves of that event since. And it feels like that energy is what blocks you, like, because there is something that you've wanted to do, potentially always, but that blocked you or stopped you going to do it. And it's like that changed your whole environment, that changed your whole path, that changed everything. And so you have this strength card coming out, which is like strength, to navigate that. That's internal willpower. But that Page of Pentacles, there's something you want to go and do, but something holds you back. And it may be from something that changed the path you were on. There are so many sharks on this. That's the Ten of Wands. Why does he have a sword in his mouth? That doesn't make any sense to me. Cutting words. Words that were used to block you for some reason from something. I do like the Unleash the Kraken on that tower, though. That's a very good tower card. I would have made that even more obvious, that Kraken. Or maybe there's this epiphany moment, this realization moment that you have everything within you to do it, even though some sort of programming or something back then that stops you doing it means you can look at the potential. See, there's that oyster, that clam, right? We just had a pearl that was in an oyster. This is the potential, right? You can grow a pearl from any sort of crap. You can build anything you want to. Even if you had somebody that told you you couldn't do it, or you didn't think you could do it, or something happened that took you off the path, you can still take what was given to you and polish it up to be a beautiful pearl of a life or a path that you want to make it. So whatever it is you've been thinking about doing for a while and didn't think it was possible, you absolutely can go and do it. It's about looking and researching the ways in which you can do that and navigate that. You're so welcome, B. Sleep tight. I don't know what time I'm going to go to bed. I'm just going to sit here until I'm tired. It's too warm to sleep right now. I'd rather drink iced tea and read tarot. But Shazia, if you're not ready to take that step, that doesn't mean you never will. But I feel like this is something you've put off for yourself, and now you have the opportunity to go and do that. Or whether this is because somebody has an opportunity and you're like, do not take the path that I took. You can do it regardless of da 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 da. I hope that is useful to you in some way, Shazia. That tower card, I swear that tower card. You have the Queen of Wands, which is confidence, stepping into your power, stepping into what it is. I'm sure you would. I'm sure you will. Jenny, you still here? Is Jenny Johnson still here? Jenny Johnson, are you still here? If you are, I will do this. What am I doing for Jenny? Really? Okay. Jenny Johnson. Is she still here? Yeah, you're still here. Cool. Let's do a quick. Oh, okay. No, no. They want to go. They want to go. So that's good. Jenny Johnson. Okay. Well, the good thing is that the first card that came out, wow, did you see that go white then? The good thing is the first thing that came out was Le Soleil, the sun. And the sun is a really good card because it's kind of the most positive card you can get in a deck, which would suggest clarity in a situation, that if you're thinking that there's something hiding or something not being revealed to you just now, um, there isn't. You already have all the information that you need. You have the Nine of Cups. Um, it's just a pip card in this one. There's no real symbolism in, well, there is obviously the cups are on there, but there's no kind of magic with that one. It tends to, because this is a Tarot de Marseille. No, this is Jenny Johnson. The person that I'm reading for is in the corner just there. Leilu. So the Nine of Cups is being in a place of personal satisfaction. It's not the full pinnacle magical moments where we step back and take a photograph of that moment, but it's a really good, emotionally satisfied place to be, a very content place to be. And when we're in that place where we are grateful for things that we have, and we can bring things in that absolutely benefit and enhance ourselves. We naturally attract things. We're in a very receptive, abundant kind of energy. You have the Seven of Wands after that, which would suggest that you have got to a place where you are happy, you are content, things look great or feel amazing, things are kind of really calm right now. And I don't know if you're worried that something's gonna um what's the word I'm looking for? Take from that, or the need to protect yourself, or you're waiting for the other shoe to foot drop with that one. Um, shoe to foot, shoe to drop, foot to drop, whatever it is, the other shoe to drop. But there's this kind of energy of wanting to protect in some way, or put some form of protection in place in a really happy moment or happy energy. Like things are really clear right now. We're in a really good place. So how do we kind of protect where we are right now? Because either other people are jealous and so they want to come for our position, or there's just a need for some sort of energetic protection around you. The card that you have at the end is La Pape, which is the Hierophant, and this is a potential marriage. I don't know where you are with that at the moment, if you're married or not. That's really bad, isn't it? I don't, anyway, but there's a potential commitment, big commitment, and it has a key. So this key is either a key to knowledge, so learning spiritual wisdom. It's also a marriage. It's also a big commitment, like it could be buying a house or looking to own property, or are you getting married 2 weeks today? Congratulations. That's amazing. So yeah, this that would explain all those wine glasses in a tower, right? So it's a really happy moment and commitment. So I don't know if you're waiting for something to happen, or if you think something is potentially, I mean, when we have weddings, it's always you have Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands means it should all move smoothly and the energy should all be good and exciting. I don't know if you're looking to move house, but so yeah, it's this magical moment. And I don't know if you're, what I'm saying is, if you have bridesmaids or you have family members and you know there is a potential thing that could actually be happening, it's almost like you need to send out the wedding party around you to go in and deal with that. Or you're moving later. See, this is all go, go, go. I'm guessing that's November, October, November time that you'd be moving with that one. Hoping September, but I think it might be actually November, October time. Um, Also, if you're looking at how things move into that, hopefully before Christmas. Good, because it feels, I want to say mid to late November, sort of around the 21st, 22nd of November, those sort of like a month before Christmas. But yes, also there's something that should you should definitely be in there by Christmas, because it leads from that into the Christmas kind of energy. After that, it's January, February time. But that doesn't mean you'll move in that time, by the way. It just means that you should be in there and settled. Any niggly little snaggy bits would be done by December, January time. So yeah, that's all kind of moves forward with the key as well. So that's 7, that potential protection. That protection as well can be making sure that when you make agreements, that you're protecting your energy as well. It's been a slow burner, the house or the marriage, because there's a lot of fire energy now to kind of be there. But yes, so yeah, this element of protection, it's making sure that you head off any issues before they become a thing. So there could be something that kind of you would pick up as a potential problem around September time, that you personally get a gut feeling about that something isn't quite right, or someone's not gonna I don't know, there's something that feels like it's not that it's majorly unhealthy, but it can absolutely throw delays in, is kind of where I'm going with that. And there's something you pick up in September. Make sure that your intuition is absolutely spot on, that is going to be an issue or a problem or something to get over. So make sure that you go, hey, this is a thing. Can we, and maybe get it in writing to kind of not protect, but say, hey, I raised this a while ago. Could you really kind of get that done now? Just to kind of chase up, just to kind of protect yourself from any kind of delays, if that makes sense. Because that would be the thing that would knock things on, and you will pick it up. It's you and your gut feeling that something around September, August, September time, there'll be something and you'll go, this something about this feels like it's important. It kind of is important. So trust your intuition with that one. But other than that, it feels really good. It does feel really good. Yeah, maybe to do with the work, but it's August, September time, and I really want to say it's like the last week of August, first week of September, and there's something your gut will tell you, your intuition will tell you, hey, this, I need to highlight this, and make sure that you do. It's just kind of like seeing a problem before it becomes a problem. But yeah, I don't know why jellyfish are important, but you should be in there by middle end of November. And the sun should shine on your wedding day. It should be shining. Lots of drinks flowing. Also with the 9 of Cups, that is sometimes it's drinking too much. So by all means, maybe someone's going to misbehave and be a bit too drunk, and somebody in the wedding party needs to deal with that rather than you. Like, see that before it even happens so you don't see it. But it should all go smoothly. You have the 8 of Wands, and that's moving smoothly. Energy keeps moving. It doesn't get stuck or blocked necessarily. It may have something to navigate around, but it won't stop flowing. It will lead to you being in your home, your new home, kind of November time. Hope that's helpful in some way, Jenny. And I hope you're good. And I'm going to nosy at the pictures in 2 weeks' time because I love doing that. So let's see. Should we do these quick? What should I do quick? Let's do the rainbow ones really quickly. Okay. Let's see. Let's do the other Jennifer. And welcome to my page. You are so welcome, Jenny. And yes, I will be totally Page of Swords stalking your social media in about 2.5, 3 weeks' time, just to see and have a nosy. at your beautiful dress, your beautiful day, and go, oh, I wish I'd done that with my day. Mine was very not what it should have been. We had to rush because, yes, we had to rush. Because Abby, I sent out wedding quotes because we got engaged Boxing Day, and I sent out wedding quotes on the 5th of January. And I got my first quote back for my dream wedding on the 12th of January, and that afternoon a blue line appeared on my pregnancy test and Abby was on her way, so we had to change our whole plan for a thing. So some people think we got engaged because of Abby. We didn't. We moved the wedding for that. But there you go. But there's so many things. But maybe one day, me and Terry, if I like him enough, we will renew it. Or maybe I'll just get an upgrade. Who knows? Get a different one. I don't even know if he's awake in there. Anyway, Jennifer Hartman Cooper. I'm joking. We're pretty good. Ooh. Okay. There is something that you feel you should be doing, or a conversation you feel your gut is telling you something isn't right or is right, and you know there's something you want to do. This is potentially to do with either work or a relationship. Either way, there is you know something's not right, and I don't know if you don't want to see that it's not right. You don't want to see that you're right. And it feels like a situation where you don't want your gut to be wrong, and yet you know that your gut is right. And you don't want to have the conversation, or you don't want to do the thing that you know you need to do. Your intuition is on point. You are right with what it is you're believing or feeling, and it feels like it's to do with work or a relationship. But there is something, and you have two choices. You can either ignore your gut feeling and do nothing about it, and things stay exactly as they are right now, which may well be okay and may well be like what's the word I'm looking for? Okay, it's like mediocre, it's like middle average, like everything's kind of okay, like you work and you get paid, but it doesn't really give you any extras or any kind of morale boost or anything like that. It's that kind of energy, like everything, what you put in, you absolutely get the minimum back for it. Like, yes, it pays equal kind of exchange, but there's no kind of benefit to it for you. Or there's the harder path, which is more work and harder to do, which is taking the path that I think you know you're supposed to, but that's not an easy path to take. However, it does lead to greater satisfaction and greater, it's well worth the extra effort the other way around. The other way to do that, the other way of doing that. I don't know if you're worried about having a conversation or saying the thing and following the gut feeling because you're worried that there will be either a loss of income or loss of someone around you or some sort of cost associated with having this conversation or making this decision. And so it's for you to work out which is the right path for you. But when this Two of Swords comes out for me, the big quote that comes in my head for most of the time with it is the Dumbledore quote, which is choosing the right between the choice, making the choice between doing what is right and what is easy. Staying easy is okay, it's safe. You're waiting for money to come in to start a business. Yeah. Is this money you're expecting? Because if you are, it should be with you within, I would say, a month, 30 days at the most, but maybe next week potentially, if it's something that you're waiting for it to come in to clear. If it's not, then you will see a way to getting the money in a week to. Oh, well, there's a crane fly, daddy long legs bouncing around. Don't tell my daughter, she'll freak out. But there is a way to a way for you to navigate getting the money in within 4 days to a month. sort of from midsummer towards the end of a month from now. So what is that? Middle end of July. There's a potential for you to access that money or get that money. But again, that will require some sort of choice or decision to make. And again, that brings in that choice of choosing between what is right and what is easy. Your intuition will tell you the right thing to do. But sometimes it isn't just either or with that choice. Sometimes there is another choice, or at least several choices, a full kind of spectrum, where you can get the best of both worlds, where you may have to compromise on something, but absolutely get it. The thing, disability approved. So you should get the money. So yeah, that should come in for you within the, I would say around the 30-day mark, but anywhere from 4 to 30 days is what I'm seeing, a month. And then you obviously have the choice of a way to navigate forward, and I think there's more than one kind of direction for that. Strength, Leo. So yeah, as you go into Leo season, what's that month from now? 23rd of July is when you can start to make choices and decisions, because the money is in and cleared, if that makes sense. And you can make choices forward that way. Not going to be easy choices, but you can make choices and make progress. Hope that helps, Jennifer. Okay, I really am going to go to one card messages. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Okay, come on, Kayleigh, you can do this. It's Gemini season. I just want to talk. So let's see, who do we still have around? Who's around? It says there's 7 of you, 6 of you now. See, one of you just left me. Who was that? I'm not worried. It would suggest that there is an opportunity for money to come into you, Jennifer. I'm just reading the current energies, and it would suggest that there is an opportunity for you to have the money coming up for you in 4 to 30 days. It's an ace, so it's up to you to kind of claim it, if that makes sense, and take the action that's needed to get that. Okay, Kimberly, let's do you. Kimberly, you have one card and you have the death card, and don't think death, don't freak out with that. This is a card that is the end of one cycle that no longer serves you but has got you to this point, and the allowance of that to do what it needs to do to leave you so that this new beginning can come in. So the best way I can describe death card is the time that it kind of signifies, which is Scorpio season, which is October through to November, and that obviously encompasses Halloween, Samhain. And if you think about that, which is the last harvest, the final harvest is when we have all the berries and all the corn is all in and everything's all harvested. All the fruits are harvested and we're putting things away for winter to get us through that winter period. And also the land itself, everything is dying off, including some of it we leave behind in order to have seeds that implant. So like for new trees, we will leave some apples on the ground to first of all mulch down in order to fertilize the trees for next year, or they would grow brand new trees with the seeds as well. So it's that kind of time and energy where things are already removing themselves from your life. You will already see traits that things are starting to fall away from your life, and it's the allowance of letting that happen, because it's part of nature that things come to an end. And when things come to an end, they fall away, and we are left with the memory or the product of what happened of it. And sometimes that product is the lesson of what's just left our life. And it leaves us so that it can either bring forward a new cycle, like a new tree, or it goes forward to regenerate something that happened before. So for you, this is the closing of one cycle, and we absolutely feel and grieve and allow ourselves to mourn the loss of what's ended or what has left our life. But we then take the time to recognize that it brought us wisdom, it taught us a lesson, and that will help us to navigate forward to a new spring, where we can grow forth again and we have light come into our life again. But for right now, it's probably a time of mourning and coldness. And if you are feeling cold and alone and you're mourning and grieving something, even if it's for your highest good that it's gone out of your life, you still have to allow yourself time to grieve and adjust to what it means without having that in your life. And so you go into this kind of cold winter period where you just kind of are and feeling and processing and allowing parts to be worked through and released, and honoring the end of that cycle. And yes, the light comes around again, and yes, a new cycle can start again. But right now, it's that tween space, that transformational space between what was and what is going to be, where we are right now, and it's about processing that and working through that. I'm glad that made sense. Thank you for confirming that that does make sense. Sometimes I waffle and wonder if it does. Okay, Jessica Lauren Mace. Hi. Also, if you don't follow my page already and you want to, feel free to do that. Do all the followy things, whether that's on the YouTubes, the Twitches, or the Facebooks. Let's see, what do we have for Jessica Lauren Mace? You have Temperance, and Temperance is about having two complete opposite kind of energies and finding a way to navigate the space between them. I love that these are strawberries and rainbows, because strawberries are all about sensuality and birthing, and this is actually quite sexual energy. Strawberries is juicy and succulent, and they were almost banned by the Victorians for being too raunchy and risque. However, there's rainbows to these as well. So there could be an aspect of, I mean, we're in Pride Month, so it could absolutely be anything on that spectrum of sexuality or gender identity that is part of this, navigating between the feminine and the masculine, where you sit within that, or what relates to that within sensuality or sexuality. That could absolutely be an aspect of that, and I have no idea why that's coming through. However, it is looking at where we sit in a binary situation. So like I said, it can be gender, it can be sexuality, it can also be between light and dark, it can be between anything, two opposing forces. It can be, what do I need in that strong masculine energy of fire and drive and passion and animalistic kind of energy, and what do I need an emotional watery kind of level with my intuition and the feminine and receptive. And it's finding that place in the middle where the two work in the most productive way. And that's kind of what you're doing. You're navigating and bringing elements together within your life or within where you are to balance them and calibrate them in a way that makes them all work most effectively, so you have this exponential growth. So it can be balancing your time and environment. It can be navigating, you could be even trying to create a perfect recipe for like strawberry shortcake or something, and it's about, how much do I put in of the butter, how much do I put in of the flour, how much do I put in of the sugar, how much strawberry do I put in. But it's playing with it and realizing that you may have some hits and you may have some misses, but it's working away at it until you find that beautiful blend where everything marries up together. So that could be in a relationship. If you're having a situation where you and a partner are not seeing eye to eye, it's finding a compromise where both of you may have to give up something, but overall, collectively together, you do absolutely both benefit from blending together in that way. It's like having fire and water, right? Which most of the time this is shown as two jugs of water, but sometimes it's fire and water. And I always say this analogy where it's, if you have too much water, you put the fire out. If you have too much fire, it just boils away and evaporates instantaneously. But if you put it in the right container, in the right conditions, and that may mean having a catalyst or something between it so that, they can work together, a buffer, so to speak. You can put the fire onto the base of a container, and that container has the water in it, and then you can produce steam that goes off, and you can create anything using steam. It's a power tool, right? So it can power engines and be even more productive than just the two elements that are together. So it's about finding a way to compromise and navigate two or more parts so that they work in this beautiful blended way that may require some sort of mediator or buffer in order to make things work. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense to you, Jessica, and is useful in some way, but it is navigating somewhere between two extremes to find that path of least resistance, where everything kind of works the easiest, most flowing way that it does. Hello, James. Okay, let's see. Louise McLean. Let's see what we have for your card. That one jumped up and then put itself back, but I'm going to take it anyway. We have the King of Pentacles for you. And I swear you said earlier up it was your first Father's Day without your father. First of all, nothing's too late. I'm still picking random people, James. You're fine. As long as I'm on, there's still a chance. You're so welcome, Jessica. Hopefully that was helpful in some way to you. With the King of Pentacles, yes, it feels like it is a father kind of energy. Maybe looking at ways that you can honor your dad as you go forward with that. There's also something about sandcastles. I don't know if it's about going to a beach and building sandcastles. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's starting a new tradition that honors his memory, but changes up the normal dynamic of what Father's Day is. So it's finding a new way to honor and celebrate having him for as long as you did. It's kind of this legacy thing, like a new tradition that honors and maintains his legacy, in a way to do that, to celebrate all that he was and is, to pass down to the kids as well. I'm kind of feeling, and helping them navigate as much as that, as much as you need to as well. And again, making decisions that benefit everybody, even though that may not be easy to make those decisions, but making those kind of directional material ways forward for everybody to have what they need materially, structure, stability, but definitely a trip to the seaside if you can, Louise. Louise, I literally just did you. It's at 2:55 if that helps you if you want to go and catch the replay in a minute or roll it back. I think I've set it so everybody can roll back if they want to. Okay, who's still around? Kelly, let's do Kelly. Kelly, you have the devil. And that's a bad cocktail. That's a bad cocktail. That just means that the mix isn't right. Okay, so it means that we have too much of one thing and not the other. It's looking at a relationship dynamic with something or someone and getting to the root of why it's not working right now. Looking at unhealthy behaviors that happen in order to bring some form of, oh, the whole week, is it? Okay. It's a one big bad cocktail. But it is about trying to find a way to navigate that back into a healthy space or a healthy dynamic. So it could be looking for a different mechanism that is perhaps more healthy and beneficial to use as a temporary kind of crutch, for want of a better word, this week, than perhaps something that's a bit more destructive that you would have turned to. But it's about trying to find a healthy way, and normally communication, talking to someone or something, is a way to get to the root of why you even need something in the first place to support temporarily or otherwise. It's okay to lean on it for a little while, but not change the whole thing, just change as in a little bit of something naughty does you good, but too much of it is not good. Okay, message me. You know where I am. Did that help? I really hope that helped. It's just an unhealthy relationship with something or someone. Okay, Sarah Lockwood. Let's do you. Hi, Presh. No, I'm just pulling a card at a time. Sarah Lockwood. Healing, aspirations. Where do you want to get to? how are you going to build up towards what it is you're kind of, I said kind of as I read Kelly's message of kind of, how funny is that? Looking at what you need to rejuvenate your energy so that you can continue to work towards why am I getting strength? Have you been feeling weaker and needing to regenerate and rejuvenate your energy? I don't know if you can go to, I don't know if there's a place in a park with a fountain or a pond, and there's something there that kind of re-inspires you or reinvigorates you to start building towards what it is you want to do or where it is you want to go. Um, but it's about allowing healing and allowing. Oh, you're at the end of COVID again. Okay. So energy is whacked, needing the health to regain, to rebuild. Allow that to be slow if you need it to be. Look at whether there's things. Why am I getting B12, vitamin B12 in my head? I'm not a doctor. I don't know what that means. They just screamed vitamin B12. Really sorry. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it means. Um, but it is about looking at building back up the strength. It may take slowly. It may need some form of rehab. There's like a dustiness in my lungs, and it's not overly huge, but it's enough to. Oh, I'm transmuting stuff. Sorry, I only yawn when I transmute. Actually, I only yawn when I decode soul codes. So that seems to be a trait that's happening in the recordings for all the decodes. But yeah, it's about allowing yourself time to heal, to rejuvenate, lots of water. Is it an energy supplement? Wow, there you go. And if you need to, just go to the park and just sit in nature for a while. It's very healing to be in nature. And again, like there may be inspiration, and it sounds weird, but you may have been slammed back onto your backside to heal because there's something you need to see as you're healing, or something you need to be inspired by or see while you're healing that will lead you up to where it is you want to go or need to go or aiming to get to. I hope that helps, Sarah. James, let's do you. James Davis, let's see what we have for you. Okay. Well, you had 3 come out, so that's really good. So first card that we have for you is Queen of Cups, and Queen of Cups for me symbolizes Cancerian season, and we're about to go into Cancerian season. It's also an energy of being quite in tune with our intuition, very psychic, very picking up waves of things. Somebody that's not scared to be in their emotions, and they will process, but being careful not to wallow in that too much. But it is somebody that searches and aspires towards emotional satisfaction in some way. What we then have in the middle of kind of situation at the moment is the I will have a look in a minute, Kelly. I'm not on the books of faces while I'm on StreamYard because my internet, as we've seen already tonight, is as it is. So with the Four of Pentacles, this is some form of material constriction or restraint. It's kind of stable, like there's enough for what we need, but there isn't really the flexibility to extend too much. So this can be physical health in this situation. You could be, okay with the emotional side and trying to balance and calibrate that energetically of, balancing that up along with, so feeling happy and content enough. It's just feeling energetically depleted, physically depleted, or financially depleted, to a certain extent, not to the point where we're completely down and out, but we need to be looking at how we navigate our material world. So that could be relationship, our home, our physical bodies, food, finances, whatever it is. What we then have coming into this is the world, which to me is a form of completion. So if you've been going through this time where you've kind of kept your feelings to yourself, or you've kept resources to yourself for a while, you're coming to the end of that time where that's going to be necessary to hold that in to prevent that complete depletion of self. So you've preserved your resources, and that time is coming to an end soon. Um, I don't know if you've had help around emotion. No, not emotional. What am I looking for? Like finding people that have been through a similar time as you, and so you can now sort of come out and share resources, share experiences, share how you felt and navigated that with other people. But the energy that you're coming into at the end of this cycle is the King of Pentacles, where you have financially dependent at the moment, unsure where to share my energy in mission. Okay. There seems to be some sort of, basically we have the world and there are other people in other bubbles around that. So it's kind of being around people that are of a similar situation or similar story, and but you kind of insulated in your own little bubbles. And it just takes one person to kind of come in, um, King of Pentacles, to share resources, to know that how can I describe it? So the King of Pentacles is someone that keeps the kingdom running he keeps everything running practically in the kingdom. So he will know that, like, the baker bakes bread, but the bread needs flour that comes from the mill. So he knows that he needs to get somebody to coordinate between the farmer who has the corn to the mill to the baker who then produces the food in that way. So the King of Pentacles is someone that can bring different resources together. He doesn't directly do the things necessarily, but he brings people together, so that they can work in an effective kingdom community kind of way. So I don't know if it's building a, a community for you, if that's what it is. It's building the community from people that are also in a similar situation. So you have the King of Pentacles with strength, which is this resilience and core and ability to dig down deep and keep plowing through and finding a way through. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is a foundation or a community, people coming together and collaborating and finding resourceful ways of navigating. And I feel like this is navigating like material constrictions. So finding ways of living frugally, or whether that's like literally physical energy or material financial energy or otherwise, but there's this kind of energy of connecting with other people that are in a similar situation and finding ways of navigating that. You also have You Are Free on the bottom. I love that. I hope that's useful in some way, James. Your intuition is on point. Feeling that building a community. Yeah, it's like you don't have to actually have the finances necessary to do that, to be the one that bankrolls everything, but you absolutely can be a coordinator that brings all the parts together. Right, enough, you two. Sterren, go in with Daddy. Okay. Who is around? Who is around? So yeah, if anybody else would like a reading, let me know. Be on for a little bit longer, I think. We've reached 3 hours, people. 3 hours and 8 minutes, and it feels like about an hour. I love it. Night, Sarah. Sleep tight. Okay. If there is no more for any more, I will disappear. I will finish up my peach iced tea. I'm going to go and do a shamanic journey after this, because I told someone 2 days ago I'd go and find information for them. So let's go. Shaz, you still here? What did you want to know? What did you want to know? Do you want me to do it now, or do you want me to do it later? It's up to you. Presh? Absolutely. Shaz, I will do Presh while you write the question. You are so welcome, James. Presh, I will do you while Shaz formulates her question. Presh, for you, harness that Aries energy, that masculine energy. You have the Emperor, basically, and it's about harnessing that healthy masculine energy. So it's about knowing what it is you want to do and pushing boundaries, pushing thresholds, expanding what you already have. But that expansion requires some form of structure to it. So either a formula that you follow or rules and regulations, making sure that you're protected, that you're protecting the boundaries, the thresholds as well. Being determined to do that. That's just come out the Page of Swords, but in reverse. So for me, the Page of Swords is messages coming in, communication coming in, but also not researching things, not putting things in place. So it's a reminder that if you are developing something that could potentially be expansive, you have the Eight of Pentacles, that it's going to be hard work to do that. It's making sure that you have plans in place, legalities covered, double checking everything, because the Page of Swords in its healthiest aspect is a bit innocent and overlooks things but kind of doesn't trip up. But in the reverse, it's kind of not bothering to check anything or cutting a corner. It's kind of the irrational teen child. I don't want to do this, so I'm just going to do half a job. So make sure that you are checking things that protect you, protect what you have. So legalities, insurances, anything of that matter, any legal documents, making sure that you're double checking everything, triple checking everything, getting advice if you need to, because I feel like you have a lot going on, a lot of plates spinning, because you are taking on more things that you are more than capable of doing. Maybe that you've been promoted or in some way or in some form as well. It's kind of a level up with that card as well. But make sure that you're double, triple checking everything. Because it feels like there's something silly, but that's the thing that could absolutely just make sure that you're double checking everything, maintaining everything, making sure that procedures are followed the way they need to be. They're in place for a reason. Night, James. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for joining me. Okay, Shaz. Struggling to formulate the question. Just some uncertainty over what should happen in the next year. Yep, no, we're going to keep with these. Is this with regards to Dom, you said? The wheel turns. Okay. So the wheel turns. The wheel turns this week. It turns with Leither, Midsummer on the 21st. I was going to say magic. We have the Knight of Cups as well there, which is someone approaching with an apology, and there's a Page of Wands, which would suggest to me that somebody keeps apologizing and seems very sincere, and perhaps they mean it in the moment, and then that Page of Wands is even lower commitment than a Knight of Wands. It's very, there is no real commitment to what they've actually offered. They offer enjoyment and excitement, and then what they actually offer is, well, I'm all right, Jack, and I don't need to commit and stick to this anymore. Let's see. Empress. You have abundant energy that you can tap into, but yes, judgment, strength. I mean, this is all great. King of Pentacles. Is this a father figure? This is father, right? This is a masculine who is about stuff, not necessarily what's best for people, just what is best stuff. He'll provide stuff rather than emotional things. You can chuck some money at it so it goes away for a little while. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Okay. I'm going to change the deck as well. Libra is a huge solar energy. It's the longest day of the year. So anything that you want to charge up with that fire masculine energy, you could absolutely use the sun for that. I know people say put the stones out in the moon, but that's great if you want something gentle. If you want solar water, sun energy to charge and activate things. They're telling me jet, the crystal jet necklace. Okay. They aren't the person that has to deal with the disappointment and the hurt and the sadness. And I don't think they even are made aware that they do this emotional damage. And so they go along merrily. I don't know. I've never really personally used jet. They just told me jet. But if it's black, then it can absorb negative influences and energies around. It can be used as a protective, a bit like black tourmaline. It helps ground so that it doesn't get carried away with high, revvy, fun, exciting energy that's going to distract him from what's actually going on to a certain extent, because I don't think it's like there's nothing so damaging that something can be put in place to stop them in a more structured, permanent way. I just feel like they just want to be the fun person all the time. They want to be the fun person and do the fun things and, you know, drop the gifts that are lots of money so it looks like they cared. And it's very low commitment energy. Keeps offering everything, apologizes, offers to do better, and then doesn't do better, withholds potentially emotion, but does damage at the same time, which leaves Dom closing up, shutting up, retreating. Manages to get the soft underbelly every time. Let's see, what have we got that can bring that forward, change that dynamic. Well, you can. Options, research. There is something about using something that's discarded, like a fungus, right? And a fungus, everything that's crappy and horrible, it somehow turns it into a positive energy. And I don't know if it's something about the way a mushroom or fungi works that you can use for what you're trying to achieve. I don't know what this is. I don't know. It's literally just saying that the fungus can take shit and turn it into something really productive, that it has a use for even the shit. So I don't know if there's like taking their crap and turning it into something that works out for your benefit. Like there's a different way of dealing, there are different options and ways of navigating this. Primarily though, you're working on protection. Have you done knot work? Have you done knot spells? because I feel like there's something about rooting intention in a knot spell. Candle magic. It's been enough for you to escape this without sixes. Harmony. I will do some research for you. I will find different options. Let me know the specifics, what you're trying to, are you trying, like if you're trying to bind or whether you're trying to protect. It depends what way you want to work with it. But I do feel like this is all building up and weighing on Dom, and it's getting to the point where I think even he's going to say something soon. There's going to be a point where he's going to have to say something, liberate himself almost in some way. Yes. Let me know the specifics and I will try and cater something for you, Shaz. I'll have a look and see what I can do. Another really good one for tapping into for spell work is Brooke. She may have something or know something. But I do feel like it's coming to the point soon where something's going to have to, a decision's going to be made or a conversation has to be had or words are going to have to be said. It's Magpie Moonchild at outlook.com. Or message me through the website or through the page, whatever. Or just in my inbox. You have access to my personal messages, so you can do that. But yes, it's almost like a revelation moment. It's like Dom has to say something himself. Maybe that's why it's being, it's not about you protecting him now. It's about him setting boundaries and having conversations. Potentially. Queen of Wands, magic. Witchy energy. I love the Queen of Wands. She is the witchy because she has the black cat. Right, guys. Shaz, message me that. I will get back to you. If I haven't got back to you, chase me up because, well, it's me. Thank you to everybody who let me read for you tonight. I always love reading. If you want a little mini, if you're catching this on the replay and you would like a reading, I am doing on my TikTok, the last post that I did, there's a post that says, if you comment on that, I will do you a quick little TikTok reading, your own little individual video that you can do whatever with, because you can download those bad boys on TikTok. TikTok is an option. I'm on TikTok, so comment on that post and I will do whenever works, Shaz. I'm around whenever. So yeah, TikTok, follow me on TikTok. I do these energy check-ins most days. There's also the energy of the post where I can do a reading. You can tell I'm at the end because words are gone. But yeah, there's the energy of you can go in and request a quick little 3-minute mini read on there as well, and I will do a read, one card kind of read on that in reply to that TikTok comment. And yeah, I'm around, and I was going to do a pick a card 2 days ago. We will see. I will maybe get to do a pick a card over the weekend. I think I might do an oracle one rather than a tarot for a change. That kind of seems fun. But yeah, thank you to everybody who let me read for you tonight. It's 3 and a bit hours. I will probably sleep quite well. I didn't, Sarah, but if you want, we can video call over the weekend and I can do one for you if you want. It's up to you. And yeah, if you want to book a full reading, individual reading, you can just go to magpiemoonchild.com. I have fixed the reading. I didn't realize there was 2 separate pages that had the services. I thought it was just the first page. No, it turns out there is another page. So both have the links that are fixed now. And yeah, I'm going now because It's gone midnight. I've turned into a pumpkin, and I will see you next time. So I will be back probably Tuesday, and you never know, I might have a live with someone next week if I can sort myself out and get it organized properly. But I might have a duo live next week because, well, it's about time we did. We haven't done it since February, March time. So I will see you all later. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who donated, everybody who let me read. And I'm just going around in circles. So I'm going now. I will see you all soon. Bye for now.